the airports, they open, but then get rules and regulations. Then get travel advisory. Because say quickly and begin to say, the one in the diaspora, na them. Na then they knock you want follow the protocols the who can don't put, na they knock you want familiarize. If you say you want go salon, if you say you get for go salon, familiarize yourself with this. Because not for we don't go there just now. Then he be say, he go work against you, or wait till you be think say for be happen, you feel say, now so you think. Now so it's supposed for don't be. But then now so then say then they do. Then you begin make video. We're not going to support you. If you say you not agree. If you say you not agree with waiting salon government, don't put in place for make you go salon at this time of COVID-19 na salon with all the rules and regulation where the government of salon don't put. If you did at the diaspora, say you no want your reward. People they talking back, no go salon. Because waiting do rules and regulations should be followed. And also what we did, we know how, as soon as they open, how spike can they. We were in North America. We don't see states that we open before you marry. You see how the numbers then they go. So now you make government of Salon through NACOVAC, through the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. And also we can get to moments with the government, with the regulations and all those things. But regulations then they. If you get question, post on a Facebook. You know the numbers them. Text and they. We go still ask the DG before he left here. But please, if you say you're not ready for your reward, no go salon. Now simple one. You want to know what they say? Well, now we get the DG, the Director General of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. Make we bring her on board. Make it can explain to we how things get for happen. Welcome to Sierra Network Radio. Moses Tiffa Baio.
Thank you very much, AAA, and good evening, good afternoon, good morning, listeners, wherever you are, depending on the countries where you find yourself.
Okay. First off, before we start, we go dive into the travel advisory. With all the workers, them we done the work now. Let's say all the border crossing points, but now one pinpoint on the Freetown International Airport. How then they hold on this time of COVID-19?
Well, interestingly, and with our listeners, they know the Freetown International Airport is now a major point of entry as far as Sierra Leone is concerned. And the first case will be recorded on March 23rd. Through Freetown International Airport person pass. So since that time, the first place in terms of the staff there, the workers that we did, the airport we don't close. Everybody be on the out of business. So everybody be there at their home. Then of course the government be intensified measures there at the airport as well. Then since that closure, basically nothing will be happen there again. All the cases that will be they come out from local districts and the environs, and the one they will be there in the quarantine centers. So once the quarantine centers then be empty, but local never became a hotspot again, and Lungu never ever be a hotspot again. So we even see the cases the way they come. You know, they say they come out from this region again. But by and large, this environment has been a very quiet environment with everybody at home. The airport is literally a ghost town, you know. So now that every normal city traffic returned, you see a lot of jubilance, a lot of smiling faces on the faces of people.
Because that one be my next question. Say, with waiting be happen, that index case, with waiting be happen, that scary moment, say, one flight say come out Kenya, we get some people on board waiting like for say, with them knowing now say airports they can't open. How they receive this news?
Well, the people are very much happy and appreciate of the fact that Lungu naturally no able to pass this airport. So everybody we think capable of to be specific they're all very happy because the airport is coming back, especially with the measures the world have put in place, because it don't show so amount of confidence. So even they begin the way they work there and then SSF, so they believe, say, yes. One, they remember about, this is about livelihood and life. So you try to get a balance between the two. In as much as you don't want to keep people unemployed because you get a hinge on their livelihood, you don't have to open the airports again where they bring sick, where they bring deaths to the people there. So you see how the thing tricky here. So that's actually the whole thing. But by and large, the people are very happy of the fact that the airport is reopening back.
That moment where the president be announced on the 22nd, say yes, the airport get for open, then una don't get the owners now for get the regulations together. Inside that meeting, what's in the atmosphere been look like?
The discussions being covered, different stakeholders, different actors. One, you get the airlines, you get basically the industry players. Then you get NACOVAX, when at the body responsible for the management of coronavirus. Then, of course, you get other stakeholders, the Ministry of Health, WHO, you get the Ministry of Transport. So everybody. So if you realize that initially, actually, everybody be too apprehensive towards the opening of the airport. But as you begin to see the global pressure, other countries, they are trying to open the airports. Liberia, they opened, and Guinea said they open around the 25th or early August. So you realize that we're not going to continue for day in isolation, especially when you take the economic arguments into consideration. So we get for come together as Sierra Leoneans because we know very well the implication of what we try for do. And what will be very, very important. Now, the leadership by His Excellency President Julius Maada, because in SSF, it will make it very clear to we say, you know what, we just get for ease of gentlemen. Leadership is about taking risk. So this is one of the risks where himself actually nothing to say, it will continue for shy away from of not taking it. Because at the end of the day, like I say, you get for strike a balance between livelihood and life. So, but in as much as the leader, you get for take that decision, but you get for give you the tax to make sure that we bring in the necessary measures for we will maintain that kind of sanity there. That's actually we're able to achieve. But initially, I go tell you this for free. I go like for tell listeners them, we are very much mindful of the negative implication where this gets in the fight against COVID. So initially, everybody around the table was really very apprehensive towards it. But as we begin go the discussions, we think and say, yes, there is a way out. We could able for the one. And especially when we look at what they happen in other African countries. Like, for example, Benin. Benin never close the international airports. But what did they do? They do the same thing they do so on arrival, through testing system. Throughout, anybody can check it out. Benin said that the airport opened. And they still get it. In fact, the cases they're lower than Sierra Leone as compared to we will be close with airports or other countries that will be close than airports.
Okay.
So if Benin can do them, so why not we? So
in saying that, Bokutem, people in the talk say, Saloma no the reward, or they can always give priority to the big one them. So I know we get for can dive in because I want to make you explain to we exactly the things them we did. But when the president be announced, he say una be don't do simulation exercises them for show say whatever una get for go put together, it go get for work. So how was those exercise?
In fact, we do another one Monday again. That first one before just give you an insight as to how prepared we are. Just like we they say you get for go sit public exam. You get for city mock final. The essence of that now for assess your strengths. You understand? So imagine the airport we don't close for 4 months. So when we begin put those measures together now say, okay, well, let's test, let's see. So we test the measures then. They will say, okay, well, we'll get more areas for improve. So we'll get for go back. They will do more research, more consultations again. Then we expand on that now more. We do final one actually on Monday. We're now on forming of the reopening of the airport itself.
When this COVID-19 be start, when people then begin quarantine people and now, the airport become Now the limelight through where they come on at the diaspora, where the airport, they don't promise, say, oh, everything they in place, even the quarantine center, the hotel, they in place and everything. Then people then come on at the diaspora, then go, when they go, then begin make video, they show, say, the hotel was not that prepared for receive people where they come out na the diaspora. What you know learn from that situation there?
First of all, COVID, what we all can accept now the fact that if we took everybody on our wares, even greater nations like America, everybody be underestimate the disease. And so at that initial spike, everybody feel the heat of that. So we have not to an exception. Mike Sierra Leone as a very small country compared to mighty nations like Italy, Germany, UK, they crumble under the attack of coronavirus. So we say really we faced that kind of challenge initially, which we accepted. And I think we have learned a lot from that. And then if we will go deep into the guide advisory, the finance, some of the corrective measures they will not take, they are inside the advisory because now one of the areas that they will be learning a lot from. Like, for example, Lunge is isolated from Freetown, so when we started quarantine measures, we had a lot of backlash because number one, the influx of passengers and be overwhelmed. The facility will be the Lunge for accommodate. So at the end of the day, you see, Saloma now, you do a good 99 days, one grade we make mistakes small. You go cry you down and like say the entire part of your life, and they do a good. So all the small challenges will be the come out from the quarantine centers, the records and on social media, this, that. So you try for paint the government, you paint the airport in a very bad picture. So we don't learn from mistakes from all of that. And with these new measures, definitely you're not going to see a repeat of all those things then, because this don't address all the issues that they actually, because we know who's going to be a mistake there from the first step.
Take me through the new measures there now. We waiting at the diaspora, waiting we need for no.
And waiting unless we brothers and sisters the way they out for make they understand. No measures not the way perfect. And ordinarily we get the condition for say, no, no, open the airport. Then we open the airport, we say, let's quarantine people then. We all know say nobody no go on for cancer or they can't quarantine or self-isolate them because we know the essence where they can at the country for. So therefore, because we're getting two things in our mind, we say one, we want allow people to follow the camp, but no one for quarantine them. Two, no one for isolate them. But the most important reason, again, this person say where they come, we know say if chances they follow the coronavirus, the thing increase back in our country. Because honestly speaking, the first case now out it come out, whose part is passed at the airport. And when you watch the data, only passenger they wake up that also they locked the airport on the 22nd. They were all over again at the quarantine center. Now there you see the increase in cases and too much. So having that all in mind, no, they even open this airport. There is every possibility. Almost all the returnees there, we expect a larger chance that for people then go there when they come back, we get the disease. But not by their own making, some man contact herself, know. So them measures I will put in place really as for serve as a defense against them potential implications and they. So not for say really now something will just don't know so one person to run a corner no more. This is a thorough expert document. WHO, CDC, Ministry of Health, NACOVAC, the Civil Aviation, Ministry of Health, everybody there on board. And we also do put this wire together. So in the first place, let's start with the people that want cancer alone first. You say you want cancer alone. One, you get for plan your trip. How you get for plan and you don't buy your tickets. 3 days before you cancel alone, like tomorrow you travel, so 3 days before the left, you go, you do your test. Or you conduct your test. Well, we know how for restrict people that say, oh, go do test at this particular type of laboratory. At least once some of the test is being certified by WHO. You go do your test, you get a test certificate of results, you hold on your hand.
Since you day and make a just all you day, how are they able for no say this not authentic test result?
Well, so now, first of all, we get the argument saying the industry, ICAO and IATA, when are the global partners for regulate the aviation industry, then they recommend the two type of testing. Either you test before you travel or you test on arrival. However, they say if the government then choose for still do testing for both departure and arrival, they still know they are against that. The only thing, let the timing no disadvantage the traveling public. That time not the own problem because time not money. So because we're not able to verify that the way they do in America or England, you don't understand, eh? So we know what to rely on now. In as much as we believe, say yes, you don't test, you don't tell me, say you don't test, you don't submit certificates to him. We don't have to rely on that too much. Because you know, say we'll go through that experience with the Kuwaiti return, they not also. Then do test na Kuwait, when they cancel, no test, and it creates so much confusion and globally. You want to bring some kind of international embarrassment. So we'll get that one in our mind. That's number one. Then number two, when they do that test day, let's say you don't do the test for travel Sunday, then you don't do test until around Wednesday or Thursday. But from Thursday till Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, don't go lock yourself inside house. You must waka. So possibly say you don't expose yourself back to the virus. But you don't send you a certificate. Don't forget that the certificate is invalid. But that don't mean to say you don't get the sickness. So you see, so because of that window, they say it opens, say still you can get exposed. Now we say, so that two reasons. Say one, we'll not be able to validate people the certificate there globally. That headache, we'll not be able. That's number one. Two, we'll not say that 72 hours where you don't go do the test. Say that 3 days there, you must go to go waka and we'll not get control over that. We'll not get GPS by you. For sure, say, oh, this man is not going to say, he's not going to contact with coronavirus. So for that two reasons, we'll say test first. That means you don't test. So, you know, say before you travel, 3 days before you travel, you don't test. You don't say you're negative. So, you know, say that 3 days they be negative. So now you don't prepare the cancel loan. So, when you want cancel loan, they go to the website, www.travel.gov.sl, then at the travel advisory. So that they go log in. So you log in, they give you the direction. If not by boat, you get for use where you reach Bunge. And they get for use for pay for your test kits, everything. So you don't pay now $800,000. Average traveler, you done a small money really. We done this we check out the global average cost for testing. Now $100 to $200. Some countries even they're above $250. But we, because we know say we want to encourage people there for kind of country, we say okay, at this way they can pay that 800,000. That money the government they just use that for replenish the stock where they don't get. Mark you the government supply where they get now for the people of Sierra Leone inside the country no more. But you where they can extra burden on that stock day. Imagine you get your host, you get 20 people there. You don't say they cook 10 cup for the day. They got 5 persons from outside. Every day 5 persons they got. That cost they increase. So for pushing that cost by government, we say okay, well, because we're going to test them well, they can let them pay small thing for all we're able to make. We buy this test kit and bring them back. You know, say this corona business, people are not doing too much. They help government them. Now who sell they fly, who sell for too well. So now buy we go for we buy that test kit. We don't allow use them for travel that they can't do. There will people that can in the country test not they for conduct, but so you don't go find for government. So now we say okay, let the people pay 800,000. It's not small money nowadays. So but we know how now we airport. Go log in at that website, they direct you at the page.
What's in at the website name again? What's in at the address?
www.travel.sl.gov.sl. Then at the travel advisory. Yes, but the website being a small constraint today. Some people have try for login, but the ICT team right now, as we speak, they try for conclude the construction. So some systems they get problems. Then and some people they say they try for login. And
yeah, because so I'm not able to get them as you talk.
Yes, exactly. Now that not be the problem. But then they try for conclude that before they click. But basically, now they first you go, you log in, you submit your test result. You don't submit, say you're negative. You pay for a test kit. You click, say, okay, well, when they come, you get for use by boat. You want for know if na boat, you go, if na ferry, if na by road. All I know, just want for tracking movements. No, see. So once you don't do that, first, before you left, you don't submit nowadays. So when you reach that, then they give what you call a travel authorization. Once you don't complete that digital platform, they don't answer all the questions all they want from you. Then they can do it from your hand, for your handset self onto any complex thing. So once you don't do that one day, then they get you to call travel authorization. They get a message, an automated message for say yes. Like when you submit something, they acknowledge receipt. So then now we can airport, any airports we want for checking. And then the airline then go ask you if you get authorization for cancel, or you say yes, they show them, then check you in.
So make a holiday when you reach airport now, just the authorization. Then they ask you again for that COVID-19 test. What you don't do because you don't submit them online, or then they still ask you for them.
No, the airline they know they ask you for now. Like for example, na dollars, they're not going to ask you for a COVID-19 test certificate again. No.
Okay.
Now you travel authorization to Sierra Leone, they want for C.
Okay.
For so say you don't completely, you don't meet the requirement for Canada State. So now that no more you show them. Once you show them, they see the authorization. Now you get for the automated, they receive the message by email. They really make you get them by SMS. So don't do something a complex something. These all the clothes, we all are tech savvy people, especially the traveling public. If you're a person say we're not tech savvy, you can get somebody who will go assist you. You can do an yourself before you can airport. Not like when you get e-tickets na your phone, not also. When you reach an airport, you just show the people that normally say, look at then see them. And when you don't do that, they give you an ID number, code. They give you and they all part that authorization the way you get them. But the airline not to do that, they okay for which they want that authorization message to show them. Once you show them, then they check you in. So when they check you in now, the airline then gets the individual standard operating procedures. So they get spacing in terms of sitting. So then they use face masks. So they don't try now for say nobody know the waka again way they inside play now. You get for sit on a your own place. They don't even try for say cool they know they serve you food again and sell food. They pay the kind of shoot they get the food they all do. So all them things they do them because they want to minimize human contact on board the aircraft. So that is what you do first now, America or England, if you want for depart the first. So when you depart, by the time you reach Salon, but with information that you don't submit already to the authorities, now that platform, so that digital platform, like you don't tell you get for candy, your phone number, your contact, alternate phone number, and all the rest of things.
So when you ask for passport information?
Yeah, you get for on that platform.
Yes, the digital now they talk.
Yeah, that is basic information, you name, date of birth. That basic biodata page, you get for give some public health information there for we. You know, they take you 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, longest for that platform day. You know, they take you that. I know they take you more than 15 minutes. No matter however your internet slow or whatsoever. It didn't take you more than 15 minutes. You go down feel that. You can even do it even at any airport once you get internet access to it. So that is something very easier for them. So when you reach now, because we want to minimize human contact when you reach now airport, when you reach now Lungi. Like that, you look at doing that health declaration form on the field. We no one like feel like they don't automate and all this at that platform. So before you car, you go don't feel all that at that platform. So we reach now, not go for the health locator form again for the field in up line for fill. I know you do that one. So when you reach Lungi, when the plane don't land on the condom, make obviously you face mask that will be properly on. And they all therefore make sure say the reason why we inside plane is not fine for them you don't let you waka on top people themselves is not fine because the person who are 2 days on here or when you contact if they can't test that positive you yourself they go quarantine you. So therefore really when you inside that plane they get for make sure say let you not go near anybody sit down for yourself so that when you reach you know will get problem tomorrow as a result of that waka where you go see somebody you go near. So when you can't do when they go inside the bus, where they go take one. If you know, say this not rainy season now, not to say get for let people there for work like a trade. It's not dry season, they go talk on a work, but now this not rainy season. So you know, go for load inside the bus. Down itself, social distance they do. The bus they take 80 people, they will not reduce them to 40 people. When I know they choke. So that bus they drive on a can. So as soon as they can't go inside the bus, so they go take on a temperature. Somebody that's have the deported officer in the internet dress full. You see check on a temperature for just cross check on that at the arrival. So before you want to enter inside the terminal building that arrival entrance, we don't put some disinfectant the way we call it and walk through disinfectant channel. So now partner they go through one because then the Montaman and city we sit up and that normally people they can wash their hand. But you know they say wash your body. So that disinfectant they now like a tunnel they walk on through. So we walk through, they disinfect your body. Maybe sometimes you get some droplets on your back or anything so they don't touch your body. Like clothes, you know they soak you clothes, but they disinfect your body. So you don't go through you enter inside the airport terminal now. You go to before the infrared temperature thermometer, that computer screen where you watch inside, you take your temperature back. So once you take your temperature, they use the e-gate. Go away, don't go to the advanced airport, they get e-gate. Immigration, you don't need for going to boots. If you passport, now machine readable passport, you just go to the e-gate, you scan your passport, then you don't pass. You don't get no business for do anybody. You go to ask you questions. You pass full. You go to the baggage reclaim, you go to the carousel, if you bag wrong candy. They say if you see the food sign the way they mark, nobody know they go snap their company for just maintain social distancing. But all of this all they talk, their hand sanitizer, sensorless at strategic locations. So in case you touch any object, hard surface, like for example, when you touch that e-gate the way you use for scanning passport, at least we advise you say take the hand sanitizer, and then you move. Even when you go take your bag, you take I put it at the carousel, use the hand sanitizer, they did it back for me sanitizing hand. So when you don't take your bag, the kind you go through custom. That if you get something for declare, the NRA man there then go ask you put your bag. Then of course they are properly dressed, then get hand glove, then go search your bag. If you get something for declare, if you don't get something for declare, then they go let you. So when you want to come out, we got one big hall. We say now you know they come on and do again. That hall is now called the waiting lounge or the waiting reception. So now you get for go sit down. We don't make the nice, they are relaxing chairs and like any other lounges where you go. The international airport, the way they wait for flight, like way they on transit. So they say we don't decide for max space, social distancing, the air condition, everything is comfortable. So now there you go there, you sit down there. We get for make sure say you get one local SIM or one local number. That's if you don't get a low number. Either you get FSL or Airtel, you go register and then you take it. And then you get for take them. Then I think we sit down now they take one by batch because the container then outside and the outside you go do the swap and we do the secondary screening. The secondary screening what they do now the RTD because we don't want to keep people in a hotel for 24 hours, say they wait for your results. So we just want to check whether you get some particles for sure. We say yes, this person gets some semblance of corona inside the system. Then the essence of the RTD. Now just screening. So they do that screening for less than 5 or 10 minutes. Then they collect the swab. So when they don't collect the swab, they do the screening. If you're negative, then they allow you let you go Freetown. Or let you go outside you don't. Outside you plan for go. So you swab who don't take. Then for the primary test that they will get for conduct, but then the results we try for you will get out within 48 hours. But we try the lab people that really try for make sure that you get as early as possible because we know the danger that they pose. Because if you get a positive case, they don't say 2 days. We know one day down the rate at which you go down kind to contact with people then go down high. But the lab people then they try as best as possible. Like when you don't go so home, that even tell them by the next day, morning or in the afternoon, at least you go down get your results before 24 hours. But you know, as we start to perfect the thing. But for now, we will tell you say that 24 hours, 48 hours maximum, then that result they will take before you get on. And
how you get the result? How you get
it? Maximum 48 hours. Maximum. You know,
now call and they call you, say you positive.
No, well, one, we don't give you the SIM. Two, you there on that app, would they send you a message on the application. We will use the phone, we will use the app. If you're negative, would they send you a message? Say yes, you test result, don't come out and you're negative.
Then if you're positive.
If you're positive, then we'll call you outside you did, then the authorities then will go meet you. Of course, we get the psychosocial team, you get the surveillance team, then we'll go meet you, talk to you for they understand what's in a health situation. So until you require for let you just do some form of self-isolation or quarantine, because Mark, you know, not everybody positive, they go to a treatment center. So, but then now the case management team.
Yes, because Yanda Nade, I think the issue get for them because some people them when they say positive, if you say not positive, it are all. Una no able say again.
No, we're not able at all because number one, You don't provide you all the information, you contact details, who say you go, who say you get for day, you alternate phone number, then you alter immediate. You don't give you all that information and then once you will contact. Like even that SIM they give, if you that will seem that the way they register, they will show you location, who say you go there part time, the location, who say you there. Then we even don't get all that bylaws and who the driver put in place. If you're not possible, like for example, you get for return back, you get return tickets, where you can have country not really abide by we rules and regulations. We get for whoever we will detain you, will not go allow you to return. So there are so many things, so many punitive measures and the way the states go take against you because you try for jeopardize the health and safety of the general public. You understand? And I believe to say the traveling public, most of all they travel, they are very decent people. They're not go say, okay, you are positive. There you say, no, I don't go come, you go run away. I don't think there's anybody go do that one day anyway. From all they travel. You know, that's why they send the psychosocial team as well, where they go for go meet you wherever you did. Because then they get for deal with the psychology of the mind. So you get for make the man understand, you know. Not to something like, hey, and I die matter this now because they say you are positive. Some you don't even need a treatment. They just need for isolate you for see how you conditions they show before ever they go decide me say okay, they can go for treatment. So basically that are the process that one they actually where you need
on arrival.
On arrival.
Okay, before we go to the next one, we go be maybe departure or any other thing you want to add. Some people they say now, some states them, let's just say for United States, some states and they where you take test, you know they get the results still like 1 week. And the UNA don't say 72 hours now, that one day for take. So is there any loophole where they go able for use or how for them people and they? We then at states say we know they get results still after a week where they do them.
Well, don't this. If you read that press release, find one. I make you say result issued. So in other words, now when you get a result, now that date will count 72 hours. Okay. The validity of a result period, not to the day where you do the testing.
Okay.
So if you watch keenly, now that. So this thing, like I say, who gets controversial, we all be very critical. We are all travelers. That's even the good beauty about all of these things. We will make that travel advice. 90% of all, if 100% of all they travel, we all. So we are affected. So we discuss all of those things. So you don't understand. So like for example, for arrival, somebody when they can't take salon for less than 5 days, you know they do double testing.
Okay.
Like you come Monday, you go back Friday. You know the test where you go back.
Okay.
Because the time when you do the second test, they tell the test result they come on, you're out of your country. So you don't say amen.
Uh-huh.
So what's not the point for letting the man do the test? So if you want the travel advice, you did it. For people the way they can stay for less than 6 days at least. Once now from 0 to 5 days, you don't need double testing. That test where you count, where you do with the students that return back. Pass the country, who say you they go there, say, Paupa, you forget valid test of so. But once you country not get problem, or your airline not get problem, we as a state will not get no problem with you. You can still go back. So you don't say, amen.
Yes. Okay. Before we move forward, somebody they say if the test, because right now we know say in a salon, Nakovac say you can go na the special court building, you waka, you go take test. Then they test you inside Freetown right now, and free, they know they charge. They say, so, I know so you don't explain this before, but now that they compare, say, if the people are in a saloon, then get opportunity for take them for free, why for charge the person where they come?
Okay, I don't try to make this argument, not to say. In the first place, COVID fight really, to a larger extent, every country they do it, think to say that they find thing for another so. And everybody they try for cater for own citizen. COVID is more nationalistic than global. So the people that hold the test now salon, in fact, one first way they try for think what they happen at salon at the moment. the government stock will get very limited. You don't understand? Okay, it's been dedicated for the cases then, like for example, if the government government even decide for go on massive testing for say, okay, let's test the entire population or even Freetown no more. You don't understand? So these are isolated cases where governments don't give exceptions. Like for example, if you cannot staff there, go find out say 1 or 2 people, the staff that don't test positive, then go say, okay, all cannot staff officer and therefore go do testing. So government, they encourage people therefore let them respond to testing as a means of combating the fight against COVID-19. So you know, go say you want to enhance the fight against COVID-19, there is to let people then pay back from a poor citizen's perspective. But these are specific type of people, the traveling public. We say, we as a state, one, we owe the obligation to the citizens there for more could not import the sickness kind of country. So when they come, will they test you? We as a state, we also owe the obligation, international obligation, for make we citizens there not take this sickness, can and go out to other parts in country. So you see the principle of with the type of with the type of compensate both parties. You don't understand? It's kind of a win-win situation, complementarity. So the way they can test, the way they go back, use for test, so that when they go to that Monday in country, you know, no problem, no day. Then second, some countries they don't make testing at departure mandatory. So even the airline there, if you want travel, if you not do the test, they're not going for the carry go. So what do they do as a state? Make sure say there is testing facility for anybody who want travel, but at least for a very minimal cost, 500,000 euros. Anybody.
That's the way they return.
Yeah, that's where they return.
So where would they go now? 800,000.
800,000.
Where would they return now? 500,000.
Because then in 2 we they do by you.
Okay.
If they do the RDT, they do the PCR swab. Where they go back now, only PCR they do. And that PCR, if they don't have any parts, we get beaucoup treatments, testing centers across the country. If you don't go, they do one.
So now they take that free one, or that free one not go there again. Where people and they call say people ever go take now. That
free one is not applicable to the members of the traveling public.
Okay.
So it's not applicable to the members of the traveling public.
So let's say if somebody want to go salon, now 1.3 million leons now you get for put aside for testing.
That is less than $150 for public safety. If you really are a true patriotic Sierra Leonean.
Okay, so the people them where they talk say this one I want look like say na business now.
Well, it's unfortunate. Like give you countries, Rwanda don't open. They say they do the same thing they do. So then they do 2 testing, both at departure and both at arrival. The same thing who self they do. You understand? But then they keep in a hotel for 10 hours at your own cost. You don't understand that?
Okay.
We because we know they keep in a hotel, because we compare, first of all, if we check the hotel cost we get for incur, the food we get for it, all that delay will delay you. We say no. We know they do all that and they to you. Just pay 800,000 where you can will test you, we do the test by you. We left you go na house. Less than 1 hour, you don't spend, I don't go na house. You go do what you want, go meet your loved ones. At least we also even care about your family. They say where they go meet. Because I like to tell Saloma say go do self-isolation. You know they do harm. I like to tell her. And to be honest, we're not going to the whole side for say, would they be on you for make sure say dinner inside also say even say self-isolation. So I like to tell and say self-isolation, you don't go do harm. So we strengthen it now inside we testing system we put up. And for make it be sustainable, we go for find way how for we they replenish the stock. We know government get so many priorities. Imagine government be done struggle with the economy now, we don't get it stable. You understand? And we get other priorities. You get the free quality education, it's more money. You get other areas of government now. Government is member for provide electricity. You know, you see what they happen on the energy sector. So when they need money, then if you come back, you open the airport. You know, say that airport on every month would count not less than 10,000 people there. So imagine in December we count more than very close to 60,000 people there. So if that test kit, then they check how many stock governments get right now in country.
But
so
I not think this will go make some people no one for go salon.
Exactly. For me personally, that amount, we check the average. Globally, testing is $100 to $200, and we are doing it for less than $800. When you put all two together, both leg, you still below $150 for an average traveler. Even the cheapest ticket from here to Liberia or Gambia is about $500. So if you put extra $100 on top of that, for make sure that you able to travel safe, use yourself back, say yes, you are safe. I don't even say that is too much, we are asking. And all of these, what they talk, these measures, they all are subject to review. As we see the situation, they improve globally in the fight against COVID. We can come back to citizens, they would improve version of what we don't put in place. But at least we want to start with some form of caution. Users don't talk and say we don't see countries there or places where they don't reopen some part of the economy. You see the spike we happened. So we are mindful of that too as a state. And President Biona possibly very cautious of them and a responsible leader. I don't want to make any mistake. Anytime we take a decision, you don't want to go back and say, oh, if I do not do this. And that's the hallmark of true leadership. So you're very, very careful. And this, imagine from that time we make the announcement. Now 3 weeks preparation is with the brainstorm every day. By the end of the day, once you come out, so everybody around the table is pleased as far as we're concerned. All the interests of all the parties is being addressed from the aviation industry, from the health professionals, and even from the passengers themselves. Because you yourself, you own safety self with the onboard aircraft day. You know go and get that mind they say, now we are travel, I will get COVID. We get to restore confidence. Because if you travel one time inside plane, then like that kind of will be happening. Last then they say possibly the whole body plane will get with the suspect they get coronavirus. The next day you just wait for travel. So you see, so one for address everybody in concern. So like we could try for the county system we are in. We are flexible, but at the same time we're able to maintain balance in public safety. The public will not say yes. We are not being reckless as a government.
Okay. So, there is another part by the advice we be talk say if in case same come then get for put you in a hotel, now you the traveler get for foot the bill. Explain to me about that side.
Well, that's now like when you reach now airport so now. They will go do the RDT for you. That one way they do for them there, that kind of. Then he tell you say you positive. So you will not allow you let go because you know that PMS say you know small suspects. So we don't forget also you go there first while else they wait for you for that 24-hour or 48-hour for let that PCR result come out. You will not go let you for let go. You don't understand? We will talk to you, okay, Mr. This don't show you say you positive, but this not to be hard and fast. This the one will rely on this PCR, but again will not go allow you let go at all. So wait for your first. Can't go in a hotel first for 1 or 2 days. Why is this PCR result they come out? So you, in fact, we will try for fast track your PCR result for not know your status number because you don't become a concern for you too. So now like that kind of situation. So that in like for bye-bye.
Now you they choose the hotel where you want day?
Yeah, hotel and they look there now.
No, now you they choose, you they travel and now you they choose? Or yeah, you get specific hotel where they work with?
Well, the hotel and they now already would identify, but it's only like by pockets. You get some win $120, some they win $100, some they win $60, some they win $50, some they win $30. Now you say you want to know what you afford, and they will not force you. The only thing where you did, they will be able to make sure that we assign security there, so that you will not go be interfered with any other person. Why should they wait for your PCR results?
Okay, so I believe say we already listen, we all waiting for take place, yeah? So when you go salon, you know say when you go, 1,300,000 they go towards testing on arrival and you get for return. Then what if you are positive? For that first test. So for the first test, if you're positive, you get for pay for USA you the tap. Now UDP, not to the government of Sierra Leone. I'm explaining this so that we go understand. So we no go say will not be no, because even that last one, a lot of people they say when the videos they come out, people they say will not be no. Therefore don't tell the airline them. If they don't tell the airline them, then tell we something will not for be go salon. Now come to my next question. With all those measures they want to put in place, the airline they know or when they go USA, you get for go submit for get that authorization. Will these things be listed there where you they acknowledge say yes, I agree to all in here?
In the first place, yes, the airline they all know. They are all partners. The airline and are already part of the national task force for the opening of the airports. They all know that number one. Two, we send this to IATA for put on the Global Travel Advisory. Of course, IATA, you know, now the Air Transport Association, you understand, professional body really represents the interests of airlines globally. Then get over 90% of the traveling markets in terms of airline, registered airlines are with them. So once they publish and all the members don't get them. So, like visa, when you go, you go airport, then profiling officer and check whether you get valid travel document, not so. So now the same thing with this bank. When you go any check index, whether you are in transit or anywhere, from the point of origin and then they go there, they all go for no. So Salo you go to get certain conditions they need for meetable. So I mean they authorize your traveler's authorization. Even if for example they mistake, they don't ask you for that. You understand? Now I'm not going to go all out to make sure this. We are very aggressive in terms of dissemination message. So you yourself get for make sure say you adhere to waiting we don't hear so because normally then global platform and by the time they send it into the tell them publisher, you get a global audience where you need, it will take some time. So then 1 or 2 weeks then. We even therefore use the foreign affairs portal and all the embassy system. We they use all the global platform they will get actually are available to we.
Because so somebody really need for familiarizing himself with all in here where you don't tell it today. We self know so we get a lot of followers, we get plenty of followers, we don't hear what you don't tell we. Now coming to everybody be level. Nobody not passing comping. VIP status, this status, waiting una they do na the airport. All man get for go through the same procedure or the one they want a VIP get for get a different treatment compared to the other one they will not to VIP.
Okay, let's say like even for departure, for departure from Freetown, we get small concession for VIP. Like for example, we get for get centers, they also you go for let them go take you swap. But you, because you're a big man, you busy, you just know and go at the center for let you go take you swap. You can call for let them can't take you swap like us, but you fee instead of 500,000 and 700,000, they pay for that. So then I want, like me now, so I want travel, I know I'm going to the center, they also for go take me swap. I could just call, I didn't have me host, then they come, they collect me swap. But they pay 700,000 by Airtel money or Afri money. I pay the 700,000. So the VIP, you get for pay more than somebody else where they go to the center. So now one of the privilege that one day. You don't understand for that extra service way that they do to you. Mm-hmm. Because you don't forget person we get for pay transport for good. That means we go for employ special people that we get for that particular exercise they know and all the rest of things. So then we get them diplomats then because of the status they don't go and can at the public place. You understand? Part of COVID-19 measures they know about, So they don't go and can public place. So you can go that extra 200,000. Come on. You can pay for a diplomat or somebody with a VIP. You can pay that. Well, apart from that, when you arrive at the airports, now the same protocol, so all they go to COVID-19 of the status. So the only people that were exempted was picking the winner 2 years of age or that 2 and crew, that's the international standard. The airline crew, they're not the parents here. So they assume so one crew change in a salon. They're not need testing. They don't need to go through that protocol. Even for security, where you can go to the airport, you can see where they go through security screening. If they see the airline crew there, then guide you only not to so. Uh-huh. So yeah, so now them people no more get exception. But apart from that, really, this one is applicable to everybody. Okay. The line they not be the same no more, like on arrival. The VIP line but that don't mean to say they only go through the same procedure we say they go through before they don't do all that, they don't pay for the test. We then come, then go to the VIP lounge, then go collect them, then go take the swap. Now the first good one because say now the first they come normally inside the plane.
But that Montuka we can pack now the tarmac day, that Montuka we can pack with and just they kind of go inside, don't then drive off. Then they not go there. Then self get for come in and do that test right there, right?
No, the test now outside the terminal building, they did one. But all that measure where they go through now that your arrival, the screening, the health screening, the immigration, then say they go through them all. Then say they come out, then go now the booth side and they take their swab and conduct the test. Then say they go there. Then say they tested. Then say before they left now then. If you know that authorization, they now for everybody. If you don't show them, they board the flights. Except for president, or that they don't know, of course, that they don't accept.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody they actually say inside the advisory, una say that if the temperature past 37.5 degrees Celsius, una they put the passenger aside for further observation. So the person they actually waiting at their observation here and waiting include because waiting do that RDT and the PCR don't take in place. So
before they enter at the terminal building, we don't count inside that bus day. Like you enter inside the airport terminal building now. We don't put canopy them. They did say before we corona, we start nearly they did it. You understand? So the observation really now for like let you go sit down, you relax and you water you drink. For like we just want calm me down. So man self anxiety self for the thoughts, but could think make somebody temperature high. You know that?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So now you know the expect for the last more than 30 minutes off. If you really now or sometimes maybe sometimes the machine where the person use 90 get wrong reading. So then we put it for let obstruct the queue, you understand? Because the queue for continue. So not only you obstruct the queue, then like you put the other person go put it, okay, on a talo can go sit down first. Then to go, you go sit down, maybe if now you need to give drink, then later I test you. If you're okay, now they can't join the back, you go. Then you not get anything, not to any major something. I just health protocol no more observe. I don't know more. I routine something no more, bruh.
Somebody they ask say, what thing una put in place for disabled people them?
The same protocol no more. Within the airport, we get the same port health officers there. Before they come, we know say you are disabled, the airline they go don't communicate to him. So we come from the aircraft, they know say you are disabled, then go the wheelchair, then go receive you. Well, don't count wheelchair the whole. You protocol, the same thing you said, you ever be aided by somebody to go through some of those measures? Definitely. Just like when you go through security system as a disabled passenger. Now the person get for carry you go at the center outside and they go collect his swap. You go welcome you there. You go collect his swap. Do your RDT, then collect his swap. Then the family member who carry you now, they can take over from them. If you negative, they are not going to give them. They will not go.
Okay, so make we say now, because just now we talk about, you say like the president not go able for, like come through and all that thing and day. But let me say now the president left the country, then because instead they go, he go get exposed. Then when he come, waiting go be in your procedure. You know the check, it just the pass free, or there is a different procedure for him.
Exactly, I don't have to do a lot. President no need travel authorization for cancer alone. That is 1 2 hour lane. You don't understand?
Yes.
Like for example, the American Airline cancer alone. You don't need to forget that travel authorization. Even though, believe me, President, you're not allowed by the citizen. You don't care, you can do them. But the law no go mandate them. The man is the fountain of honor. So you know go do them. But instead Corona no get exception. So instead just go for go through inside health protocols. Instead no than the certain. You see the man way in security being test positive, be isolating, he abide. Not so. You see the man, he has lived by example all throughout from this outbreak. So any measure we put, he gets him blessing. In fact, I approve all to do this. So if you see approval, That means they're not ready for one more. But the law no will allow them. Not that they not go on, but the law no will allow us. They work at the same line, No.
Okay, now before we go, let you for go, yeah? Because all this, before we dey left for go salon, it depend on the online portal. So what if this online portal not dey on? What's in the plan B?
If you know they on?
Yes, let's say for one reason technical, each is scam, then it is down. Is there any plan B?
Yes, we work on the plan B as well and communicate them back to the public. But we are very much certain because this is the best brains one to say as far as tech is concerned. This is Leone led. I will tell you for free. The best, even the Civic time, as I tell you, they were meeting at Radisson trying to finalize the when people that begin to say, oh, this will only log in, only this and that. So this is led by the STI. So and all other tech brains that are in the country. Nearly 50 of them. This is Leone led. So I want for them to rest assured that it will work. They will not get challenged with them. Not to say any rocket science facility. We say now we go for French for sending satellites at the moon, not all that anyway.
So waiting with all waiting, you don't tell me now. Waiting you want finalize for it today.
First of all, me, I don't follow these things on social media for my country. Two things where I suspect by people the lack of confidence in this average in our own system in the country. A lot of people they they're afraid for good tests and say then go maybe then go change the test results which are negative, then lie and say positive, So I just watch and say, oh yes, we seem like we accept yourself as a nation first. I know I believe you say AAA na my brother. Waiting AAA they do not correct thing. You understand? I agree we have some bad eggs among you, which every country gets. But, I want to follow trustful professionals. We have some very good health professionals in the country. They can do better, and they have done it several times, and they have done it. Now, they don't find this COVID today. So nobody know go cook you test results. So I want to assure the traveling public and brothers and sisters. But let them believe say no more. Nobody know go test you. No go test you. You put negative, they will make you put your results positive. It cannot be manipulated. That can we waste on some man and afraid. So I want to know we say we accept that yes, salon we actually get men and women of integrity in our society. So let us accept the fact that anything we don't put in place, what the government don't put in place, it's in the best interest of all of us, and nobody not go take advantage for exploit with. Then the second part actually we get what to do is the cost argument, For me, Danny back again, I talk to my brothers and my sisters, I will fumble them, public health, life is very important. Then nobody underplay that. So anyway, no amount of money, no what for save life. For example, if you say you don't want to pay 800,000 loans for low test you, let's say that you come, you left you come inside the country, then you infect, you find out say you positive, you infect your mama or your papa, when an old person, you infect your cousin, then you go ahead and infect more than 50 people. One, you don't increase cost by government for hosting people and because government get for taking them to quarantine center, that cost the first dip on government, that money the government for don't spend by that quarantine center if you don't take up do better development in there. That's number one. For two, you don't endanger the life of your loved one there. If you don't take time, you will even lost them. So all of those things we don't take into consideration. So for me, let me look at the reverse. What if I come, they not test me, they are kind inside my country, them I'm positive, they are going to infect me, mama or my papa, they can die out of me own, I don't want to call it carelessness, but out of me own ignorance or whatsoever. That can regret the issue, say, no, we ever done by you. So, no all adhere to the precautions. This all, now for we all interest, we just did one. We can for kind of joy with the families. One for make sure that at least they are at risk, they know they are at risk. We just find a way for minimize the risks where the opening of the airport will cause to citizens them and to offend them with the kind of country.
Okay, before I let you go, because I see people and they ask this. We know say we talk about the Freetown International Airport now, but you know say people na the diaspora can always try to offend them way. So let me say now somebody, because of all the rigid measures there waiting at the airport, it should say no waiting. I go either stop by in a Liberia drive kind or stop by in a Guinea drive kind. We know say the one and they will not tackle them yet, but when the one that they open, what thing for be the difference from airport?
First of all, this will never do the same measures than about Liberia and Guinea border. You can do RDT, then you can do swap. You understand? But
for even the locals, them with it, you know, say
as long as
you passport where you can with.
As long as they can inside the country from the border, okay, for they do RDT, we'll do swap back as well.
And it will cost the same money?
Well, that is, we are trying
because
to...
Because it not going to be at the advantage of traders, then when they go up and down, or
government is trying to see if we can get more development partners to come on board, because road transport station is cheaper, more far below than air transport. You understand? So the average air traveler income to that of the road traveler, go compare. Then let's say this to people who want to go Liberia or Guinea, let's say for example. There is a lot of inconvenience going to Liberia. There is a lot. You check that cost we get for go pay for get transport for like Liberia border force. That inconvenience force, the kind of Liberia you say you go pass, you get for sleep. You say you go sleep, stay in a hotel. You check that cost we go pay for live in a hotel. There's no place like home, people and everything, they can go Liberia. Or you get for spend, you get for add 1 day by travel. You didn't come America, you reach Liberia, you pass through Liberia, you reach Salon inside 2 days. Like we go do now Salon, you come Brussels or France, the next day you don't reach. If you reach Liberia, the same time you reach Liberia, and the same time you don't reach Salon. So you get for spend another 1 day back. You don't see me by time. So for me, as far as we consider that argument, they say, I know hold, because a lot of inconvenience. Liberia say they go test. Okay, let's say they pay for that, but they go pay for hotel. They go for pay transportation, you go for travel by road. The risks we involved when you go for travel by road, take on a border. You go for can go through customs and Liberia border. Before the kind says a low path first. All the harassment within the whole border, the extortion and all the rest of things. So before you take your time, you frustrate yourself. I don't do a lot of cross-border movement from Salon to Liberia and back, Salon to Guinea and back. Take travel on the road. And they go to say yes. Better than the take plane flies Africa inside my country. So I'm not going to advise anybody for attempt yourself.
Okay, make we say now this person get for return. When they take that return test, the result they go back to the person, or they know everything just the day we tune now on the system?
Okay, no. The app, that travel app, they get for download it in your phone. And then they communicate all things. When you want to come back, and then they go outside you there, you fill your form, say, this so side, I want to test for travel so day to so flight. Then inside that app, then they show you if na boy did, then they tell you say, okay, go na Bo government hospital. So they go if they pay you money through Airtel money or Afri money, you pay 500,000. Then they give the location outside they go collect the swab. If you na VIP or VVIP, you can pay the extra 200,000, make 700,000. They come in your house, then collect the swab. Once they test you within 24 hours or before you departure, they will don't communicate to you via the app, say you negative.
What if you're positive?
If you're positive, then they go check, then they inform me back. Then the same procedure, they go meet you. That means you said, I'm going to go for observation. But you don't want to eat the pay for that. You can go for observation. They go observe you. You understand? So if you have treatment you need, if you need for go to treatment center, then we'll go treat you. Now pass on to you get negative test before you travel.
So when you reach the airport for turn back, they conduct test day back?
No, they no.
Okay. So just the temperature I go take now.
No more screening.
Yes, now they talk. So no more test.
Nah, they meet your certificate themselves.
Okay.
Now I'm going to give you all that details which align the travel, which is the date you get for travel. So before you can, we don't want to bother you too much. All these things, we see the good thing about this thing. We don't automate them. So, because we don't really want to bother you too much. For say, we they don't say if you get for go to hospital, for go take swab. If you want to just pay the 700,000 somebody else, they can boom, you park in your house with bike. They call you, go inside room, they collect you swap, then go. When you test result, come on, the pass is text message or with 7 app. Say, bro, you test negative, or you go pick your certificates at the airport at the entrance gate. When you did on the date of travel. When you can meet the certificate, before you go take it. If you don't want, you left them. But as far as we're concerned, you don't meet the requirements. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so let me say somebody wait for return now, then he test positive, then get for car and go wherever for take care of him. Then he don't miss his flight.
First of all, you get for inform your airline for a change of date.
Yeah, now then they one cancel now. So now the person your responsibility, right?
Yeah, you get for inform your airline for a change of date.
Okay.
Yeah, you get for inform your airline for a change of date. So then once you don't know once you don't fulfill the airlines have not go glad for they're not go agree for carry go a positive patient too. They're not agree. So if you not change it, once they don't say you positive because they say they get the results. So they only carry go.
So then I left to you in the airline if you get for pay another fee again, say you miss your flight.
Well, normally depending on the agent who buy the tickets, but sometimes first change of dates, they pay the penalty by most airlines. Now, second change of date, or like when no show, you don't say change the date. The time reach, appear and the penalty. Sometimes even for 50 tickets, depending on the airline policy.
All right. Thank you very much, Moses Tiffa Baio. So, we go one for really bring you Kaya back when the airport open, when we see 1 or 2 flights them, for make you can talk to we now, let we see how the experience don't look like.
No problem.
But we hope to see all the measures them we una don't put in place. On una yon part, una go able for team up strong on them, because when this thing is gonna open, we don't see them. Also we did say whenever open, spike can take place. Numbers then they go up. So everybody for doing your own correctly. Make we not quiz corners because those are quiz corners. Now they exposure go take place. We not go find for other people and because this now coronavirus we they talk about. So waiting are you tata word for we?
Me tata word like what I be saying is an 98.1. President Baio always say, "Oh, trust the process." Everything we said this country does suffer from for over the years. Now poor leadership. So now they make beaucoup of the negative seems people that they, even when they talk, and they sense from you that, we still get doubts in the system. That is a big problem we'll get. So with the new direction and President Baio always say, "Oh, trust the system," So that's why he was voted for. He has a mandate for rule this country for 5 years. And I believe the people of this country has trust in him. Because now we can office with integrity and only appointees, they're all in disciples and are people of integrity. Anybody President Baio give responsibility, say do this. And they do a man of integrity. So I have a lot of trust in people that they manage COVID-19 so far and we say and all the stakeholders that were involved in the opening of this airport say we have done a lot of homework to make sure that all the systems that we don't put in place go work good and it go work in the interest of the traveling public and it go work in the interest of we the citizens themselves and the general public at large. So on that note, if I am for leave people that with any message and they beg them for let them just get the confidence that they have the president when they elect a man of integrity and it's say they do it without perfection. And so we say when I angel or disciples I will say they do this without perfection. We not get no room for make mistake. We don't see what they happen in other countries where there is up some measures than the respective countries. So having that in mind, we are very much meticulous. If you want these measures, it's being taken based on those considerations. Maybe after 3 months, we'll get to review the data again. Then we can come back with these measures then, or increase the measures. But we hope that as we go, we improve. So I'm for telling now the listeners all about thank you for listening. And I hope that we are able to answer some of the questions or address some of the concerns.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much, DG. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah. That's now Moses Tiffa Baio, the Director General of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. Make a count Usman Toli. Make we just get a small understanding. Usai me no understand or Usai no understand. we're able to talk on them small, then maybe Yusuf can able to pick something today. Yes, Usman Toli, you get the platform, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Triple A, and thanks to everybody. I know say this one erased a lot of mixed feelings because we all look forward for go back home and make we own contribution to the country. And the fact that we all don't see the process we involve in terms of cost, in terms of procedure, a lot to take in, But before I dive into that, I just want to encourage the brothers, especially the one that we did at the diaspora. You know, Sierra Leone, our country, we no ignore them. Lord will do as best as possible for make we help towards the development of the country. But having said that, there are a lot of things that we myself actually I disagree with. I disagree with some of the issues then. First of all, look at the cost. Look at the cost. That is very, very critical. For a country where talks it and they try for incentivize people and for go else in the development of the country, we don't see. I think just last year we talk about boosting the tourist industry outside and the issue visa on arrival, just for encourage people and for going to the country. And by the DGO submission, they talk say and they try for match up with other neighboring countries then so that we will open up the economy, we're able to boost the tourist industry. And so that we will try for return back to normalcy. I think the price, the cost, I think is too much. I think that's not my own observation. I think it's too much. At least, 500,000, maybe you will think twice, yeah? But, paying 800,000 for Musa they come out, a test will not even believe. Because I never go to test under anyway. So the question what I want to ask is, what's the significance of the test where they do in the country where they left? Where that money they pay into the Salon government? And then they may understand. That 800,000, because if they do it online, you therefore pay into the country where they visit, when at Sierra Leone. And then when you go back here, you therefore go pay another 500,000.
Okay, you talk about that one for return. The 500,000 now for return. Okay. The 800,000 now for that test where you reach na airport, where you get for take. So not to airport you they go pay. You they pay before you reach Salon.
That's correct. They pay they pay 800,000 online at the country.
Yes, exactly. For the two tests where you get for go take where you reach Salon.
Exactly. And that's how they talk because they pay 800,000 just for come here for go, and when they left back, they pay another 500,000
on return.
On return,
yes.
So it's sum up to 1,300,000. I think it's far too much. And the fact that if you want to encourage somebody, for go, especially where the industry be don't slow down due to COVID-19, I think you therefore be reasonable with some of the charges them where they make, because don't forget AAA. The industry they don't come to a standstill. Now you therefore encourage people and for come. And we know we the diasporans, they make a lot of contribution at our country. And if they really want to activate that country, now we therefore encourage to a very large extent. Because at this point in time, foreign travelers they know they travel very much. Now we won't need with country now. Now we no more we will grab, we go in at our country. Not tourists foreign people Now we get for good. So we are therefore encourage we for now we go there. And each time we visit the country, we own contribution will make immense. Yeah? But if we bring all these charges, look at that. You talk about hotel cost. Now we get for food that building. Also, if you are tested positive, there is no clear cut whether they pay that in case you miss your flight. So flights the way with a book, AAA, you and I know that. Now close ticket. When you don't buy, most of you will travel on cheap budget. When you buy a close ticket, what does that mean? That ticket day, when you miss your flight, it don't done. So suppose they go test you positive in Salon. Yeah? You get a closed ticket. You miss your flight and detain you. What is the arrangement? These are the questions. Whose arrangement will they get with the airlines? Because the airline said at the end of the day, when you miss your flight, that's it. So here I think a reasonable government for don't go into some form of negotiations with the flight and say, look, in case we test somebody positive on return, yeah, we get for keep them for a week or so, a missing flight. Doesn't mean that person they get for buy a new ticket, because most of who don't miss we like them when a closed ticket. You get for buy the tickets all over. So those are cost. They come with cost, and this is not the way to encourage we the people and especially with the diasporans then, and we know to a very large extent COVID-19 is here to stay for a while, yeah. So these measures, an office in a way they need to relax very soon. Let's take it this way, and some of them. Government are waiting and don't put something this in place for trial and revoke the measures and they easy. As long as they make money per now, it will be very difficult. Now make I ask the question. The question is, if they do them tier free, well, I believe a lot of international donors then go to that country they will then provide free test kits them. I believe. If they do them free to order, why you charge people where wallet and Canada your country? And then they refer we to other countries. Then, we are the diaspora. We country that one day. Then therefore give we the incentive for how we go now we country. Otherwise, as I see the comment them when they come up from your platform, I think it's discouraging. Most people don't want to go because of all these issues. Then hotel fees, It's discouraging to be honest with you. It's very, very discouraging. So one of the issues that I get a very serious concern. And before I go, I got a question about this. Okay. That I think he answered that question there. So I will go to that because I mean just put down some point in way. Official and very alarming. And one of the important questions again we asked, it was very much optimistic, but we know that situation at the country. Sometimes they go online, and remember everything for happen within 72 hours. The only point we are critical about AAA, we know how the internet system they play in that country. They, yeah, we know about the printing what involved in that country. They. So what they demand you for do, they say you get for do, you get for one, and also everything that happen now. I'm not ignoring, this is a good one, using technology, what we only talk about. It's a good idea for use online portal. For going on the website, you book your appointment for go do a test before you left. If you do everything online, you book appointment for go do your test. Yeah? And also, now that same online day they use for pay for the fees for the test, which is for return down at 500,000. I think that online day now they use for print what they call a pre-departure public health passenger locator. What that means, you therefore put information about yourself in case they want to locate you tomorrow, something happen, then go able to locate you. So all that one day they happen from the online portal where you therefore print. So a lot of activity therefore happen now this website, now this online portal. The question is, and you ask that, we know how the online system is weak. Yeah, the internet system is very weak. It will likely play on. If you get a plan B for anything happen, yeah, at least then for don't create a plan B, say you can come at airport and do this and do that, just in case you get problem with all, but again, I mean, it was very much optimistic in terms of the online portal. We hope there will be no issues there. I hope we will get the seamless customer experience when we use the online portal, because to be honest with you, technology is good if you understand them and if you know they give you problem. So now that no more me want talk. But overall, I mean, we encourage we brother them now we country, although then they try for discourage me for going our country because I think the charges are too much. I think it's too much. It's too much. You know, I think so. I think so too, because not only that testing cost, but other costs then they as well, hotel booking and all that. So now that no matter for putting on table.
Okay, thank you. But the hotel, you know, say now only if that first test positive, now you go able for pay that hotel fee. If everything is negative, then you have a right to go.
I know.
Yes, but no more. In case of Inyola, you need to know what's up.
Rule anything out.
Yes, yes.
Out. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Triple A.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you, Usman Tony.
Thank you.
Please, I
don't count the DG again. Make it just throw light on waiting Usman Toli say. Yes, DG.
In the first place, I really want to agree with brother say, you know, a lot of some of the things with concerns we is really I want for reason with them. But there are some few things I want for clarify for making self understand. When we started when the country we go lockdown, the NACOBAC introduced an e-pass system, an electronic pass system for district movement. You understand? That was very successful throughout the country. Say until we ease inter-district lockdown. Everybody, it's just a one get pass. I just sit down in my office, I go to the platform, the portal, I log in, I fill all the necessary details, I submit. Once I submit, they tell me in less than 48 or 24 hours, the next day, they go don't communicate me electronic pass to me. So that system, they work effectively. So not to the first time this way, actually, we don't digitalize the process actually in Sierra Leone, you know. So for me, I don't want I still want for making let's just be hopeful that yes, the system will work and there will be no hiccup in terms of the technology. Yes, we are over reliance on the technology, but this is like I said, not rocket science. This is not some tool tester. The typical example now just don't get during the inter-district lockdown. Now e-pass system we use throughout. And similar thing like that they would use no more. And this platform we use now just like we get booking.com, Expedia. You want camps or you want hotel, you go there, you fill your necessary details, you book your hotel. These are not things where really you need that kind of sophisticated technology. So that's one of the concerns that I just want to make you understand. Secondly, the issue about cost really like I will just say no more initially. When you compare the cost of quarantine, really what we try for eliminating this process are quarantine and isolation. So when you compare the cost of quarantine people, even for 1 day or 2 days, you know, commensurate it to the tests. We say let people then pay for that test day. Most of us want to drive people. In fact, why encourage people then? Because I have conducted a research which will say 60% of people they want travel, but 75% of them say they don't want quarantine at all, not or neither self-isolation. So if you don't want to introduce quarantine or self-isolation, what do you get for do? You get for introduce a testing system. And this testing system, when you introduce, it get for be sustainable. You don't want to start something after 2-3 days, then they say, oh, test kits don't run at the country. Imagine you don't begin test people there for 3 months, making for, like when you say, the thing get for live with you from now till to maybe next year, or early next year, the most analysts or most expert, and they say, if we begin to test it to 3 months or 4 months, they'll carry on out of test kits. Who's going to pull money for buy test kits? Yes, we rely on development partners for letting give, but we person promise you for give. You know, guarantee say I obligated for making provider for you. As a matter of fact, when they don't know another we give open airport, people that don't give Canada, another we give West Africa travelers. They're going to even change their mind for not giving her. So because we want the system be sustainable, whatever measures they put in place, especially for the test kits, now people say, okay, let people then pay. Okay, there are countries where people are paying for test kits. Lebanon, Turkey, you understand? A lot of countries right now where they don't open up, they are paying for tests. Even in Europe. The average cost of paying for tests now $100 to $200. We are asking for less than that because we know the situation. And we don't want to keep people there. Ordinarily, we say, okay, we'll do swap, we'll keep in a hotel and doing it for 24 hours. That was even the first proposal. But that will kill the industry, like you rightly said, and it will discourage them. But because we want to let them come, so now we could say, okay, well, let's test them. So for me, that cost they really, I don't want to let you look at them. Say now because that one, of course, when they pay, now that's in they look at, and let you look at the other side of the argument. If it happens, say, they will not test you, then you positive. How many people then you don't transmit the disease to? How much then people then need the treatment and the quarantine care for cost government? How then they go the real government's effort in the fight against COVID? So when you check all the things, the alternative of forgoing all of those things, and then they make you say, okay, no, pay 800,000. Why should they come? We can test you, they will let you go. We don't ensure you safe, we don't ensure you public, the people that safe where they go meet. So for me, really, that argument on cost, I still plead with you brothers and for them understand the logic behind it. Now, public safety, one for ensure, one for restore public confidence in the air transport. So by that, we just therefore make sure that we test everybody for camp. And because the test kits will get in-house, limited. So we don't want, and traveling in a daily business, people are coming in every day. People are not like the normal testing. We know on selected few, but these people are coming in every day, and you have to test them. So if you take government stock, you test. What's I go pull that one? If you don't get them, you don't get them. And we don't want that. So one for let become sustainable. So I want to make it really understand the south side from which government they come out. When you inside the country, now 500,000 they pay where they go out, and now through Afri money or Airtel money they pay. You know they use the online portal. Now when they out, now they use PayPal or credit card, as the case may be, for pay for that 800,000 before you come in. So I just want to make you get that side about clear as well, you know. And like he said, yes, we're all Sierra Leoneans, but again, boil them back to we trust in our own system. COVID fight has been national 100%. So let us respect to your own health authorities, let us respect to your own professionals. They say whatever measures they don't put in place, they have done it in the interest of all of us. And they will make sure that, yes, it works to perfection. So that I don't want for that continue to appeal to skeptics like him and all other people that are actually very much skeptical about all these measures. Government don't do this with any motive for making money. This is done on a cost recovery basis. Check for the average cost of test kits. Now Europe say for America. Let you see if you go able to meet that two amount there.
Okay, before I let you know for go, finally, the last day we'll talk, because we know say for go salon is very expensive. So if not for COVID, we be expecting like timely like this now, the price for don't go down. Are you guys still considering that for check on when the airline then come back for begin fly for see how that price, if that discount on we don't give them, if it's still the work or because of COVID, like everybody is going to have a free ride?
We're not only the things that will before don't put in place, you know, all before don't work with COVID put way behind. So we don't know when we open back and attack can come in from a could take off for Musa will be tapped. So now that we will answer that question there. You understand? So really now one of the disadvantages and this of this COVID. Now then see the way said we are back as a nation. So that was not something we did within the airline and profit. Now, we don't sign an MOU for Boko introduce a building and settlements plan as Sierra Leone. So that building and settlements plan from them for regulate the airline from how they fix the tickets. So by that, they're not able to manipulate the ticketing system like way most people they do. So right now, I saw a ticket system. So some of them, not even the airline they do have, not the travel agent they do have. Some travel agent they put over $1,000 per ticket price. Ticket will cost $3,000 with business class. You guys tell it at $6,000. So we are not going to say some of them are the airline and they put them, are the agent and they put them. So if you watch, most times you go book Romo, where you go book from the airline, they go to the travel agency, they see the price difference greater. But with a BSP, you have a uniform pricing system, so irrespective of whose side. So nobody will cheat you. But that will not able for institute that one. Say this thing not gonna happen. So it's a matter of when we open back and see how normal things come back into the road industry and see how people employ their back and see how people move out that process. So that's one of the major things that when they actually wait itself. Then that one we talk about issue about change of dates or tickets on airlines, in case it tests positive in country. I want to make first. If you will not put ourselves as a country, number one, all the airlines every day say salon force. By the SOP, they don't put as anybody before they board with them. If we will prove say yes, you are COVID, if you do COVID-19 test first, for so say you are negative first. So that if even the states not be put on the airline, they already get inside the SOP as part of the new measure. Because all of those things they do, so now two things we want to achieve. One, we know how for let you use the aircraft for transmitting the virus to other person. In other words, for claim inside the plane, you positive, they go transfer the thing to other person inside that plane. The airline they say no one that party. Two, who have no one importation or exportation of the virus. So you don't see them shooting and then shooting the industry one for avoid. Not transmit the thing via the airline, the industry not serve as a vector for transmitting the disease. There will not be a vector for import the disease from one country to another, as the case may be. So all of these things that they will get at mind. I will look out all the measures there. So for say, even if the states not be saying you for do test before you leave, the airline don't make it already as mandatory. Say you for do test before you leave. Because they don't want to care with anything in Europe or America when I'm being a COVID-19 patient. For example, Turkey, now Istanbul, they say when you arrive there, they test you. If you test you positive, that airline where you go, they return you back. Then they declare you inadmissible. What does that mean? That means to say, now be closest to the airline first. Because for every 1 day when you spend inside Turkey, with that airline knock out you they pay, then they charge you some not less than $13,000 for that 1 day. So for reduce other losses they by the airline, before you board, you self do test. Then you self no say yes, may I help and no get COVID-19. You don't see. So all of these measures they go on because one for make sure you just say as we own person. When you travel and other people in the country, you don't get restriction. Some countries they get for demand test certificates at the transit point safe. So if we say, do I want to get that certificate? So anytime we reach, we have the need for let you say, yes, you are COVID-free. You show the certificates you pass. So we don't do a lot of consultations. We don't say, but who country they come with? So for all the one day, now we could say, okay, well, the law just make these two systems of testing, arrival and departure. Ordinarily, now one no more for don't do. Where they come in, you do test. Where they go, not care because now where you get for go back. But because we don't know, say other countries, they don't make us in a law. Say before you enter the country, if you don't do COVID-19 test, then we could say, okay, as a government, we have to show that amount of responsibility to care for citizens. We don't let them care they go to other country, they return them because they don't do that test. Law will make it available for them. Law will make it available, but for a very minimum, 500,000 euros. That's $50. So anybody can afford that as long as you're an average traveler. You can pay, and then you have it. So any airport we get for passport, they ask you, have you done COVID-19 test? You say yes, with certificate you show them. Then you pass. Nobody not going to stop you. So that's all we are just trying for. But ordinarily, they will not be the departure test too. But now for Delhi, the public and the airlines will do more. So I don't know how let me brother know back. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Now, finally, Tiffa, we know so don't take your time, but thank you very much. We don't can clarify for you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.
Okay. Well, we come with them back. So some of the issues them way Usman Tolly raise, we make able for clarify and for we. I just want to admonish we quick before I open the phone line. Everybody go get 3 minutes to the point. But I see a lot of people we not agree, some way agree. Now the Facebook platform where they go against one another. Please, I know things we all not get for agree. We all not get for agree. I want to make we understand this always. We all not get for agree, but even if the next person not agree, respecting views. Respect in views. You own where you agree on, not to say you get monopoly to agreement. Not to monopoly to agreement. So please, make we all just respect to yourself. If you feel say that person in agreement, you know, agree with him, just ignore the person. Rather than we go and pin on people and say, now this, now, please. Please, make we just respect everybody in views. Make we respect people in views. Please. Yes, us friend.
Thank you very much, Triple A, for giving the platform. And thanks to we able DJ, we Director General, Mr. Moses Tiffa Baio. I gave a very eloquent speech, and I thank him very much for organizing this. And I just few things I just want to highlight now. We all know say what then plan for doing at the airport is very, very sensitive, and I think we are those then go don't engage quite a lot. But what I don't know if the amount of constructive engagement wouldn't do with like the IATA, they go to the area of getting this kit would and use for the PCR, one a fast one, because the previous one we did, we all know say now the gene expert, one that other one we they use 6 hours test. And then I've been the no say the tuberculosis, then been try for engage in trying to bring this other gene experts with Civic when I in the producer at the US for let them go get these cartridges, who been there for let them go get them, where the test will last for 45 minutes. I don't know, maybe you know, but if you don't know, I just want to see if them go able to think about how they will negotiate, because Mantoli bring up that point we address for saying not true. Now we go to the other point there. He say one then they give them money from charity. NGOs. So if they go give them then they wouldn't buy, then they go begin use them on the other side, when they get money, they not pleased with that, which is quite true. Okay, because until then go this now for the population who are Sierra Leonean, and then the people who they travel are different sects, then some of them back in Sierra Leonean. That one thing are true. But I don't know if, to be candid, the test cartridge what them in the wait for, let them use the other machine there. If not the CFID, one of the gene expert then they use, it actually costs $20 for each cartridge, equivalent of 180,000 leones. Well, now for one test kit. So I don't know if them be done they arrange with this company una the CFID for letting go reduce the price of the cartridge where the tuberculosis been done they do. I don't know if you don't reach an agreement. So now we say it even cost 200,000 leones. Then it will cost them everything now shipment and everything. What about then put them down a little bit based on the price of the very cartridge wouldn't they use so for the test? Because if you go to 500,000 leones, that's not twice the price of the CFID cartridge wouldn't they use, gene experts. So I don't know. Then the other side, what I just want to remind them back, WHO been done they actually talk with the IATA, International Travel, International Aviation for travel, IATA. So then we don't try to argue with them, but since they're an independent body, I don't know how far WHO don't engage with them. Why I bring this, they elect somebody in Africa, one or two leaders, the one that the Ghana president, in one of the bodies that would overlook certain things them inside WHO on the side of Africa, with I think saying South Africa then president or somebody there, but not two of them. Why in West Africa? Why they not go use them? Put their facts there towards them, so at that point there would they might be faced, wherein we get for the cost we for buy this particular thing so. Then what about again the travel agents, the IATA? If they get an actual engagement, we then go engage with them so that they go able to foresee how they say go interfere small for how in case somebody in price tickets then say they don't go down because some of the ticket them now close ticket, all those things them. But WHO can bring them up. And as for I've been telling Nakovac they say, una try go into the porthole of WHO where una go they see information, una self contribute. But most of the time, let's say some of them abuse it back. But let them know say the Ghanaian president is a member of the WHO. When they speak for Africa, they can able to channel things through them, depending on the effectiveness where they play. So now just the factors there. The price of the gene expert is $20. We all know the price of the PCR was $17,000 from the gene expert. But what in tuberculosis do? They give 145 countries them discount. We then go buy them machine there. So now that one day we don't get about 14 as alone, no 13. Then recently we get another 4. We don't make up to 17. All them we need for do now for bring the other cartridge in case then we'll use the same machine for test for that 6 hours. Then the other one will modify. Then they use the other cartridge, which costs $20 for one cartridge. So I don't think they are no one let them go able for help a little bit because the machine itself you don't count on. Even it costs $17,000. But now the leprosy, tuberculosis don't interfere because now they bring them PCR machine all the salons where they see during that Ebola time. So then be able for go talk to them wherein we come back to what I believe was say actual engagement, constructive engagement with their authority so that they go bio them. But as they say things that they go, let them go just look into them. I not say not all everything everybody go know, but would they remind them because there is a lot in their plates. I can see the man in work. You get Bokutina in plates. You see, now for that we can get secretary or other thing. Let's say you look to and help man, but it's very hard. I can understand. But if you don't know, I just bring them to light. See, this is what is happening. If there is a way for them to do engagement, let them do them. Now let the platform, the other people and talk. Thank you very much for giving me the platform.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Usfriend, thank you, sir.
Yeah, God bless you. Welcome.
Yeah. Usfriend, don't can give you the numbers them. We will ask the Director General if in a business. He say no, now on a cost recovery basis. Well, Usfriend, we shall be the number saying at $20. You do the math. But maybe saloon in the buy and there. We don't know. Yes, Tony. Waiting at you on just round up quick.
Yeah, you know, say some assets of some thing and the way they buy. If you buy in China, the price different, and somebody they buy in England, the price different. So just like you said, depends who side in the buy. Quick one. The one way we want to look at, just like way you rightly see. If you say this go where they go saloon, it's not too important. Now for just go chill or just go enjoy, no go. If me not say it's very important, I need for go see me picking there, very important, and that money I go put in at 800. You can measure the joy or happiness I will get for see me picking there than that 800. I'll pay. You understand? It depends on your priority. It depends on people in the way they're ready for travel go salon. Then they put extra security on the ticket in case I go sick and not come, I go pay $20 or pay $40 or pay this. So man, they even give tip to the agent where he buy to or whatever kind of thing. For me, I feel say the government or the people, I look at that angle wherein this is free. If you travel to salon, the only time I want to let them make provision. If you travel to salon passport, let's say me too needed left America for go salon, and they go with salon passport, I reach salon, I go at least. They treat me like saving as I feel belong or feel part of the system. Do I'm free, just like I can go do them for anybody. But once you travel with an international passport, if you go like an American citizen, definitely, even though you're a Sierra Leonean, you understand, but an American book you use, definitely you get for pay. You understand? So me no one like people they look at it and say, oh, now free also. Every country gets your resources different. Everybody get their own budget. You understand? Even as associated people then they go to hospital, they pay for it. You understand the insurance. Some states, they offer a free test. Some states, you have to pay. You understand? So we don't believe on that point, like say, everything being equal, we get the resources. Now, give them the give we safe. You understand? And we don't know when Corona go down. Let them not get the little quantity where they get available. Then they can do free for everybody. You understand? We go for watch them holistically, 360 degree. We go for watch them all around. You understand? Now somebody don't give something for you picking in a house. Then you take I begin a shape and give neighbor house. You understand? This we get for it is very sensitive. You understand? Supposing the quantity where they get they run out. Who that you get for blame? You understand? Now we say man go kaya back and begin to say, hey, they're not for don't make they for don't charge small money. It's a cost recovery something. The other cost related. Then go sell this thing at that factory $20, $30. It's not just one cost. There are other costs we attach, other sunk cost them, other variable cost them with it. The fixed cost is $20, but you get all the variable costs them with it. Person you get for go getter, get for pay for shipments, you get for pay for other costs that way related. So we got to look at all other things then we attach to. It's a cost recovery. Me I'm not say 800 na boku money. So when they see that drink $100 one green day. You understand? It spend $100. It depends on your priority. It may feel say important for me for go salon, I get business. I don't go stock. I don't stock now. I want for go, or I stock na salon. I want for car. I they pay. It depends on your priority. They don't get for force anybody say power you get for go, power you get for go salon and go pay that money. If you feel say it's necessary, you can pay. If you feel say not necessary, you sit down. You wait when the corona done, you travel. Live in the United States now. Some people don't travel state to state, other states, even for drive safe. Because some man they look at the cost, say, I mean, why for travel go California, why for travel go here and away, the thing they don't spike or what are things then they happen. So it depends on the priority, but I mean, I don't take that. But if you say that are very good measures, you understand? The only thing if I look at certain areas then, you understand? I'm not saying if the situation gets better, you understand? Then we'll still come back and make adjustments. I make Tiffa say, you understand? Say, then they look at it. It's not like of hard and fast to say, this is for done, so we go for Tego. You understand? If situation they change, things they get better, everything, they will come back and make structural adjustments. That's my own take. It depends on the priority. If you say, you know, necessary, you don't go. But we won't go. If they make a tomorrow, I won't put today, would they go?
All right, thank you very much, Tony. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right. I think I subscribe to waiting Tony say, but the Director General say they travel in public. Then say anybody who they travel. You remember the time we then they say for passport. Always now the argument that one day for passports and say why should they travel? You get money. Why should they travel? You get money. Always. Now that they then can say. And they begin count the colors now. So because of that, no matter whose kind passport you hold, then just feel say why should they travel? You get money. 3 minutes and go straight to your point. Yes, caller, are live on air? Your name and who side call from?
Yes, this is Alpha Toure talk. Me based in London, but right now in the Netherlands. We come on holiday. When I say Leone, I did listen to this program live and direct, and I don't listen to all the points. And that gentleman, the way they walk at the airport, they don't give. And to be honest, as a citizen of Sierra Leone, I feel very disappointed for your news there because. A lot of Sierra Leoneans, them, even the diaspora, them, with a good tone. Most of we get different agenda, them. You understand? Some they go on a family issue, some they go on holiday, and you understand? Some are citizens, some are just citizen of a European country or American citizens, them, or Australian citizens, them. But at least, this costs it too much. If the government makes something reasonable, at least each and every Sierra Leonean go able to afford them. It's not about the tourists no more or the people with the right flight. You understand? At least we'll go happy. But the cost too much. I believe a lot of Sierra Leonean them for come up and at least we forget platform. We for say something about this cost. It's too much. If we all want salon better one, we all want salon for good before. We all want good thing for the country. But the cost is very, very too much. At least 250,000 for the tourists. Then we get other country passport them like the diaspora country them like England, Holland, Germany, Belgium, Australia, and American is okay. But the common Sierra Leonean should have this test for free. So, in my own opinion, that.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. God bless you for the program and thank you for bringing me on board.
All right, thank you. You too. Yes, caller, are live on air? Your name and who side you call from?
Okay, my name is Idris Kabia, I call from New York.
Yes, Idris, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, suppose we get vaccine or cure by December. Will the price be the same?
I think
or they will change the price.
Change the regulations because even this one way he say nothing way then get for the Sidompa, they review them, then count something. So I believe say vaccine come out, well maybe then go because I know go don't take vaccine I go, you say back I forgo do test. So
only if I get cured. Right. Okay, plus I say one go to December. I make us say this because maybe if we get cured by December or of vaccine by December if the price won't be the same. And plus, I go salon, I never go for good say, I go for 2 weeks. Is that going to be possible? Because if they go quarantine me now for 1 week or 2 weeks,
no,
so what's not the use for me for
quarantine? They need the quarantine anymore. If you hear the explanation where you give, they need the quarantine. Then go only quarantine you where you test positive. Yes, okay. If you're not positive, they ain't going to quarantine you.
All right. But the price is too exorbitant. The price too much. Because when like I can say, if not the same price, 50,000 for go and back. You know, where you land on salary, pay 50, where you come back, you pay 50. But you pay $100 or $80,000 just for going to salon. They give up another $5,000 for coming to salon. Now about $130. So I think that money they too much, therefore reduce the price a little bit for, especially citizens. I could say not being a foreigner, but me not a foreigner, me not Sierra Leonean. I go there for business, I go there for go visit my family there. Because I didn't also say I send money every week, I send money for my family there. I get Boku family there in a salon every week. Even yesterday, I just sent about $500 for my sister. Okay? So I want to go, but I send all this money, but I want to go see them. You know, so if I go pay all this money again, the airport and this and that, they go stock, I go stock in a salon, for go stock in a hotel, and I go for pay the hotel fee all that, and it could be a burden to me. So I can see them go reduce the price a little bit. This
Thank you very much, Idris. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Oh, my name is Safi from Tennessee.
You get 3 minutes, Safi.
Yes.
Okay.
My point of view today, you know, is the thing is it's a little bit disappointing. At the same time, it's something we get for deal with. The only concern I have is the price is so much. And the second concern I have about the VIP, I know how they treat people then. Where you go with somebody, it doesn't matter if you're not the president of the United States whatsoever. Why people they're supposed to be treated equal? And I just want to mind them say too much laws. You will bring some disappointment somewhere, somehow. Because you and me will agree. But most of the people, they will not be agree. They will be disagree. So if you want to make something big, start from the bottom. Not go all the way to the top. Not go all the way to the top. The price is too much. And the third concern I have, why if you don't pay 800,000, when you ready for go back for left? So now we'll be taxed by going to Sierra Leone because it's part of the COVID-19 now, that one for return, not to the one for come. The one for come, we'll get for deal with this pandemic. You know, whatever the condition be, we'll get for deal with it. But the price is too much. And that one to return, I don't think it's necessary. With somebody going to return where you coming from, whatever you are going with, the country where they go to, then they deal with them. So you're not supposed to concern about where you ready for coming for pay. Now 500,000, where you ready for come.
Yes, 500.
It's not necessary. It's not necessary. It's not necessary to me. Let the country why they go to make them deal with me. Let's alone just then less to do with me. When I arrive to your country, you can take care of whatever the situation gonna be. But when I'm leaving your country, whatsoever I'm carrying, the country where I'm going to, they're gonna take care of it. Too much law is some kind of disappointing, you know. Thank you very much for giving me the platform.
All right, thank you very much, Safi. Thank you, ma.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, I live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Famoro Kuruma. I call from Algeria.
You get 3 minutes, Famoro.
Yeah. Well, like my question, I guess people. A lot we asking say now person don't go. You don't budget for like quitting. You for go spend everything. Now money go left you the only way for return. Then come end up for finding positive. You know, deal with money at that moment. Waiting at the preventive measure where they will put in place for that. Where they don't say that you just for pay for even outside and for go admit, let me say medical bill a year for pay for everything.
So no, wait, they return, they pay you. They pay because you still under the government. If they test you positive at that 10 day, then we will take you out and quarantine you because you still there inside salon. You are not mixer. When you go back, even that hotel, that 1 to 2 days within the only for, if the first test prove positive, although the second test then take as paramount. If that one they prove positive, after that then they pull you come on at the hotel, then they carry you go now then quarantine center. You are not paying for that. But that first 48 hours where you wait for make that second result come out, now you they pay for an hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's from thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much from Yeah. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Triple A. This is Shakuman, sir. I call from New York.
You get 3 minutes, Shaku.
Yeah, okay, sir. This airport issue, is they make any provision for people with disability when they arrive from overseas?
I be asked the question, he said yes.
What are the type of provision they make?
He said, and get them people and they were ready with wheelchairs. They don't get brand new wheelchairs. They don't come for help people them and the rest.
Okay. Well, I think most of we are on the same page. This situation going to be messy at the airport. We all as a Leone and say, they come over, see where they go. Will they see the kind of bribery waiting at the airport? You don't think this is going to be this going to make big corruption at the airport? We all man they try to make money out of people in that country there. Because when they arrive, all man wants money from you. As they depart, all man want money from you. And this testing here, I think the price, as all man they say, the price is too exuberant for people when they go there and visit and come back. So Nami won't take that.
All right, thank you very much.
Let them go back. Let them go back to the table again. Let them do something for people when they go in and come in, because they want people who can inside for can invest. They need investors then. So let them not scare the investor outside. Let them bring them in. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Sheko.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, caller, you live on your name and where you call from?
Yeah, this is Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Well, I think majority, I think, the price, the inflation. So, look to me, I'm money business, a business, the one is the get profit at the But, if there's somebody they pay, it will go. I mean, the inflation at all. But now, the main question is the delay of time, because some people they go for 1 week, some people they go for 2 weeks, some they go for 1 month, some they go for 3 months. They get them prices that is different, or let some man they come back at 500,000, because if you don't go, if they go for 1 week, they don't take the test, and they say get for 14 days, and only 1 week they did it for. So you have to pay back another 500,000.
No, if you return within 5 days, they pay. You say within 5 to 6 days.
1 week, which is 7 days.
Well, 7 days they pay. You say 5 to 6 days.
You don't see it. To me, it's not right. Because if you don't go for 7 days, or even that's a roughly for man like 2 weeks to go for. Because of job before my life I can work back. And, I can mix this. But when they don't plan long-term vacation, they get 2 months, 3 months. They just trying to actually understand. Because you didn't have the country for 3 months. I can understand if you pay for test or if you take another test. And then they will even secure health back again. So, for all the 3 months why then I not get this year. Then they will even save it. But if you go for 2 weeks, I'm not going without the second test again with the left exercise. Because you see there under the 14 days grace period. You see there under the 14 days grace period. I mean, the day for sit down back in our wing, go to the thing because it's not sound right. And they're not the expected people that block a saloon right now. I will tell you for truth. They will get 1 or 2, 3 people. But the kind way where they would expect, but cool man, now let's go in at them. Okay, whether they go for business, they may not care about Sierra Leoneans. Or no, even if they go for business, you will consider all that labor. You know, and they're not going to expect the amount of people that will find inside this first 1 or 2 weeks where they open. But I'm not.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, are live on air? Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, I mean, I'll sign on them. I call from London.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, somebody they ask just now about this disabled business. Say if they get provision, you say then get provision. But I want to know if he themselves go pay.
I think we answer that question. They say yes, all the other regulations. Then I think they're going to pay. But I can cross-check with them, but I think it all it now. But definitely I go cross-check with them. Then tomorrow I go answer that your question. But I think they are paying.
You know, AAA, because, you know, we all know now them part of the whole and the way they talk about disabled. Some of them things, first of all, if we now, for example, they just give simple example, boss, if you disable one go na boss, you don't need for pay. You understand? And free for them. So, then they alone don't tell you, say, disabled, for any circumstances, anything, you got to give them for free for them. You understand? Well, let's say not to disable AAA. Waiting them for realize now that people the way they come on this part of the world, when they go in a salon, whether in other part of the Africa setting they go, but let me say salon because now they talk about when they come on this part of the world go in a salon, that money then they go spend. And you find out, say, that money within the pool now for go spend a salon, it help the economy of the country as well. You know, so you don't need no day for letting count a system for say people and for pay because they don't come here and go. Because me look at and say now because people they come on at this part of the world, it make them bring that kind of system then they for them. You know. Now that's not the only thing. And to be honest, they're not for bring down the people are not pay. All they need for do when I do the test for the people and okay, well, nobody knows say when I for go take hotel for them people because already even measures they know they go down now say when person come, then they test them, they go, then after the non-test I go able for if you get any symptoms, you go report, you understand. But salon will not say like test let people and go home, but find other places for them where you able for look after them for that 10 hours the way you say. Then after that 10 hours now, if you get for release, then you release them. Then if that 10 hours is somebody they wait and say tested positive. Then from now on, I just take them to the isolation center owner for take them. You know, because what you mean they afraid now that okay, let's say for example now go na salon. They will tell them they wouldn't know you so trust me, so man they need to get customers say, you know, that much. Then now what thing for Apple Tripoli? You know, you get confident. And okay, Moses, he say let people entrust the whole thing, you know. But the people that we get for do the job actually, because not all Moses get for do this job, it get people that they don't assign for this job. So this is where the malpractices get for the take place. Because they will tell you yourself them go on customers them all. You know, but you know go help me like we will get 10 customers. At least we will can for 48 or 72 hours now me hotel. You understand? And they do and they will not deny that factory. So this is why they're not for count money issue because in any way we look at it, this money will not bring come. Trust me, like how that call at all. It gets for be a big problem at the airport. Confusion get for take place. And like what is Safi? But come on, if I don't go, you don't pay 800 then don't test me. You know, then why they return not to your country yard in other country yard? Why not go left now that burden to the other country day? But let them take that responsibility day. Pass you go test me back for that pay 500. Without 500, they maybe now the whole and me and now the one day forget 2 or 3 of my main man the way they can left me in the airport. I go able give them, I go able share that money there to them. But they go back and go spend them. You know, let them consider this, you know, let them consider them greatly. But trust me, people then go love for going to salon. But this system will them bring come. Not a good system. Me, I know say everybody they fight for clamp down this coronavirus, but let them not bring money business. Anybody they travel for pay money before then they do tests. Let them send local places. Then they people are not one sleep day. You say 10 hours. If it's somebody travel, you can't 10 hours. I don't take a go keep around that lady. If the airport safe now, I put them in the airport. My friend side for the let them see on a chair. They make social distance. They will not give them the thing the way they need it for it. You understand? After that, 10 hours, if you don't get, I go na use. I don't go to a hotel for go pay money. I don't go the other side for go pay money. You not tell well. You know, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Alusain, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on your name and where you call from?
Yeah, I come from Maryland.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I want to ask one question. I don't know if you go get answer for that. They give preference with regards to the passport that you travel with, either salon passport or foreign passport.
No preference. No preference. All man, they say, once you're not traveler, you get money.
Well, this now indirect way say, we the citizens are not going to salon because the way how the world there right now, all people in the struggle, job they know, they people lost their jobs there. We don't eager for go salon, we say, want go see your family. So like all the struggles so right now, jobs are not there. So if they say that they can't put their regulation there for go salon, it's like they tell you say no go salon. Unless like what it only say, if you get very important something for go see your family or your picking there, then it's until you go say I go try because I don't miss my family for too long. You go make that effort there, you pay the money, you go. But if young people like they don't think what they do, and like what the other people they say, this corona business and money finding. The money all who don't enter the country, then the government will say no get test kits there. So then they try for find other money for try for pay the test kits there. No, this you know tell well anyway. I don't get for talk go far. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yes, caller, ID live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, it's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
3 minutes, sir.
I just want to tell everybody where they don't put their law, they don't put their law. That's it. There's nothing you can do where they don't put their law. Now the law, you just get for free. They go salon, just follow the law. Because me know they go. Let them keep them testing. But what I want to say is, why Salomon if he say JC get money then? The way they treat people who come overseas, the way as you go salon, so price don't change, man. As you reach salon, so price don't change as long as they no say na overseas come over. Why then they always treat you like that? They don't feel say we not fumble it today or we not their own picking there. Like I don't understand if you say they can't pick the money go and for go give them for free. If you test positive for go, at least give them break. Make test them free for come back because you don't go spend the money already. But like I say, when they don't put their law, not their law, abide by the law, they say. But me not the go under, man. Let them hold that test there. I will see them next year, maybe.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and where you call from? Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. This is Omar from California, from Los Angeles.
3 minutes, sir.
I send a little text for you. Say the guy don't give you his own ideas them, or he don't give you in mentions them. If we all able get chance, we can check because he said not to salon no more get them kind measures in another country then the way get them. So let we check and see what's in another country. Because me not even know what's in the United States, their own regulations. When they come in now, how then they treat you, what's in and they make you go through. I don't know. So make we all not just jump because we good at this, Sierra Leoneans them. If not any other country now do this, in fact, if now America been doing, where we go Africa, where they come, we go pay, we tell them thank you. We say thank you, sir. But we come from we own country, now they would put on the politics at them, we turn Ariobo. Now we give the process a chance. You just hear waiting the guy explain to you of the type of amenities or the type of measures and the things that we don't put in the airport. I've been there salon last year. Their machine and they would put now where you're not going to get in contact with somebody, where you're going to more you scan your passport. They let them sell them free. I'm not saying that we give them to salon for free. Now buy them. Now money in cost. That isolation machine when they talk about where you go through, it kind of disinfect you. They're not give it for free. Now buy them.
No, that they didn't give. That one where you go through.
You sure say I didn't give it?
Yes, sir. Yes, I didn't give that one day.
Okay, but the other measures them with them put together, not so free. People when they talk about it could be a messy. How you know say it could be a messy? You don't the process not go through it. The airport not open it. You not go through that it. It happen in anything where you do. Yourself with them in beginner. If it take a whole chaos, even the testing, if it take a chaos, In fact, we've been getting to a point now where they talk say about the first testing what they've been doing. It's not really been good. After they throw it all, they begin to testing back. Anything. The first time they take a chaos, it become messy, but now we trust the process. Not we not act like people they talk about investors. If investor gets $600, $700, $800 million for good do business with a salon, $80 or $90 not a problem. Because me to go do business in a salon with $1 billion or $600 or $700 million, $80 for keep me safe, not a problem. So Lord left but the investors they use. It wouldn't want to go. You say extra day when you come back and the mocks there, you say that you say if you never abide to the law, no go open your mocks. If you not say right now you be say $80 or $90 too much for you for going to a salon, hold on. Maybe by February, March, April, May, let God makes a vaccine come out. When the vaccine come out, maybe they go lessen their measures here. But they don't already tell you. Say the test kit the way they get now for the young people them, not for salon, for doing to them for free. If you they come in, they say pay this amount. If you get problem with them, sit down. Sit down, not go. Not a big deal. One not can make this thing anything what we country decide for do. We the picking then we the first thing up. When I say not propose, they're not saying no oppose. Oppose whatever you want. Who cares? But give them a try. Give them a try. Let's see what thing they happen. Maybe by the time the year done, tests that don't come out, vaccine that don't come out. If you don't go, nobody need to force you. Not gonna be say anything what we country do, we turn a real go pan the way now Guinea or any other person they do now we go to back say, look then they had they do that. Then do that thing they fine. Then they giving the charge. But salon do we not as salon do that's it. Now the 10 the green, the red color that they come, they turn a real bow. This not good. It's not good. That will give them people a break. Let the process go through and see what happens. If it mess, then correct the mess. We move on. Life just get to go on. Life get to go on. Come on.
Okay, thank you very much, man. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and who you call from?
I mean, Jalo, I call from Germany.
Jalo, you get 3 minutes.
Triple, we don't take on this issue. My take is, whose test way salon government go do, we pass the European test. So me on take, for go, you come on Europe, America, you understand? By right enough for pay. Because before they left in a country they have for go Africa, you do test. That test alone, that is all the way they go with. Now authentic test. Because we na ya will not get bribe in.
Okay.
Salon.
Okay, make a all you under because of the accent something you know we don't come on again. Waiting make they still need you for test for go show them say you don't test before you go, but they're not able to verify if that test the paper where you give them now authentic paper. So because of that way each salon, then they test you back for make them verify on their own.
Yeah, well then they for do on their own the person will pay again. Because me believe me own test what they do in Germany, na Europe, then even they don't test na salon. Because me, na yawa go do me test, me doctor need to lie for me. Sometimes a salon, then go lie for me. Or sometimes I go bribe them, they say, no, I don't get COVID-19. I pass, I go, I reach, I get COVID-19. You understand? So, when they come on, I go to Africa, you get document, authentic document from doctor na ya. We doctor all right for you. Anytime you go, na ya, so you presentable, bam, you free. You, if you get COVID-19 for now, they ban you first. Now the whole user you did first, say you know they go outside again. Then I ask first. Or then tell you say, go in house direct. Go there 2 weeks quarantine. So why the person way for common house who don't do in test everything? Okay, you go salon, you go pay 800,000 loans. When you're ready for turn back, you go pay 500,000 loan. That is 120 euro. If that Monday mathematics no good. You know, na salon money. 120 euro. You know how much we go with for go chill or for go see with family there with? We just they go salon because we love salon. There's many places to go. We get Thailand. We feel Africa. But we know they go there. Now because one go salon for go chill. We don't know raise for them kind money there also like for say we know how much some of food they earn in Europe. How much we don't get for go salon. for go enjoy with life for COVID-19. And una they forget say World Bank they don't give una donation for this COVID-19. We in Europe they get COVID-19 money. Now Europe they give we COVID-19 money every month. They give we bonus because of COVID-19. But una in Africa, una just take the money, una stock and store yourself. Una give even with people in COVID-19 money. The workers in Europe, they give them money for COVID-19. The Comrades in Europe, they give them COVID-19 money. America, Europe, they give them COVID-19 money. But una na Africa, una give them COVID-19 money. Which of course, now I take back for buy kit stuff them back. When I give them kit stuff then they. Okay. So this year, what are they do so? I remember one minister talk say, now we the salon ministers that they get the cheapest salary. Una they forget say now una people that they suffer the most suffer na this world here. Una kana power for can empower on herself. So no una na money una can make na salon. Not of can take care of we. Because not only you get common sense, you always on the high table. You get what think how the person they come out go na Africa. Una know with salary the way they pay in Europe, na America. Una know how they suffer. You know, not get no right for those who come away don't do test. If you go do all that test back, why not get connection with the doctors in Europe? The Ministry of Health in Europe. Why not get connection with them in Europe? Una get connection with them in America. Una get right for get connection with them because all things in a system na so. Una able get connection with them because una government. Una able get authentic connection with them. No one say we are able to verify if he verify the document if not authentic document. Europe not a citizen a fake document for just go normal for go sake because they value them. We have verified and make connection with the Ministry of Health in Europe and America. Make una know how una forget now for verify say the person not get COVID-19. Not to power for person for go pay 800,000 where you go inside after we come back. You go pay back 500,000, 1,300,000. That is 120 euro. Okay. This is not fine. It's not nice. All people in go Canada country. Not too wicked to Weibo.
Thank you very much, Joe.
And it's possible to money.
All right.
Now you got for die left this country here. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, this is Omar from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yes, Omar, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yes. You know, you be mentioned, say they're not going to do quarantine anymore, right?
Yes, like when you go down 14 days quarantine, no. They're not the one.
Okay. Now, what do you mean are really surprised or concerned about? All them money they hope don't go to Sierra Leone, not being do quarantine for people in another country. Even when you did a quarantine, you still get, if they fall short for meet their commitment, then for them people with quarantine. Now, if that quarantine, they're not going to do any other stuff, why don't they redirect some of them money then they will be don't go, but take half the tab of them testing. They know this is a bad idea for let you go and begin test. But I think what they can't do here is they don't put the burden on the party where they travel so much that it discourage people and for going to that place there and the economy get for go so poor that people then they're not going to survive that one. You understand it? I think a good idea when they bring up, but they need for split that the burden into two halves to maybe to say some of that money they may don't collect, whether they don't give we that place there. Take some of that money there because they're not going to do them quarantine stuff there. Use and finally test stuff. Reduce that cost the way you don't talk about 800,000, 500,000 for return this that. Up and down. So everybody get your own for paying that stuff there. You understand? But I don't think say this will really do well for the economy in that place there. If not that kind of way. Remember now, not to everybody, we were the common had to go, we're not a billionaire this that way get thing them for running out of way to say 800,000 or 500,000. It could be like a drop in the bucket. You don't understand it? And that one person will get $1 billion this time they for go to ya. Not one get for able to develop Sierra Leone. There are half people and things the way they come there. All together, you put that together, and I ain't gonna make that country they develop economically. But let us not just focus no more say, hey, these people, if they get business and a billionaire there, then go able to pay them. No, you get to look at the mass. The population in general, I get to look at. Cut that price stay down, then it need to say we're able to fit everybody in shoe. It is here. So that my own contribution that is tonight.
All right, thank you very much, man. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who side you call from?
Yes, sir. My name is Francis Kamara. I talk from Maryland.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
But now my name Kamara, Francis Kamara.
Yes, sir. 3 minutes.
Yes, sir. I talk from Maryland. I can listen to the program. You people are doing extremely well. When they do very well, very well. You know, I begin listening first when they talk about that COVID-19 test. And then when they talk about, you know, this COVID amount where they give it, there's certain information that are not actually correct. One thing, that $800, that 800,000 leons where they pay for test na airport na Lunge when going and then coming 500, it is just $150. The country is going through a lot. $150 making small money. We are all Sierra Leoneans. I have been here for almost 20 years now. You know, when I finish, I open up Paramount Hotel as a counter. The last time we went to Sierra Leone in 2012 when my mother died. But I'm speaking to callers, especially that Usman Tobi some time ago we talk. 150 is a small amount of money for Sierra Leoneans. You waiting at Diaspora. If you're really, really serious for work, you're not going to make anything less than $3,000 a month. I am telling you this. If you're not a driver, whatever you are doing, why can't you, that kind of donation or contribution, why can't you give 150 to your country, Sierra Leone? There are people in the top 30 money, plenty, and you're building a house in Sierra Leone. You are sending money for your sister, your brother. Why will not go develop the country? This is my suggestion. Look, they even hear me friends and they tell me the road from Kenema to Kailan. Then when I go Sierra Leone 2012, from Agote Buyedu, that was very, very bad. These are some of the areas where they generate revenue for the people of the country. We are not grumble family. We are not grumble fumble them. Una way there Canada. I've been to Canada so many times. People and they get money. With the London with them say pay 800. You are really urgent. You are going there for a cause. Pay the money. 150 is nothing. 800,000, you go do test. And then somebody mentioned, say, when you want left, yeah, you get you paper, you get you. Mr. Fege coronavirus, they talk to me. So, yeah, I'm telling you. Last week on the 9th, I go Kaiser Permanente Insurance. Then go test me. But then say I am asymptomatic, meaning I'm not getting any feeling. But I get the virus inside me. And by Tuesday, likely, it go down. I'm going to need the test back. If you did do the test now, yeah, which I did try to talk, somebody been comment. You do the test now, yeah. You go to airport in Maryland, Mid-Maryland, you go to Dulles Airport. You go to Dulles Airport, you get for mingle with people, even though they wear some of them wear masks. You go inside the plane by 7 p.m. in the evening. You then at the air for 6 hours for going to Brussels. When you go Brussels back again, you don't even know whether they disinfect the airplane well. You are going to sit by, even though they say social distancing. You go then at Brussels again. After 6 hours, you don't land at Brussels and Belgium. You are going, you therefore go there on body. You go at the, airport for another 4 hours or 5 hours. You are there. You don't know if you touch door if you want to use bathroom. You don't know. Then when you reach from there again, you take Air Brussels or go and get another 6 hours. 6 and 6, 12 and 4 now. How many? 16 hours do you do? It's very necessary that they test you. Whether you don't test in Maryland, you don't test in Canada or Britain or Germany or wherever. When I station, they go everywhere. My friends, and they tell me they want to go to Canada. So you need a test. So let nobody talk and say you don't need a test. And the other point where they mentioned again say, when I went to America and other places there, when they get COVID money, this is a lie, and I want to don't give you 1,200. And one thing I don't give it. Up to now, Trump not giving nothing yet. I'm here. Now one time I receive them, the check and mail. And then my wife gets them once. Only once. If you talk about unemployment, I don't know about that. We will prefer I work that again unemployment benefit. Now, my own, suggestion is family. We know whether that is diaspora. Sierra Leone is our country. No matter where we stay in America or Canada, we get to go back. We don't want to nursing home. So if they say, let you contribute 150, don't grumble, say the money plenty. No. Sierra Leone is your country. Now they come out to America or Canada or Germany or Britain. And you have to go there. Your brothers and sisters are there. Why do you grumble about $150? $800,000.
Thank you very much, Mula. Thank you.
That is it, man. I'm your own contribution. People, stop grumbling. If they say stuff $300, we not go tire for pay them. Pay it. Sierra Leone is your country.
All right.
That's
thank
it.
You, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, caller, your name and where you call from?
Yeah, and me not sequence AAA. I call from France.
You get 3 minutes sequence.
Yeah, what's the number one talk on this idea whether they carry at the national airport and this additional chaplains that they bring to all the one that will look at the airport because we know Sierra Leone the system did. They put it for Apple, so some people were willing for go, but people looking for Baiti system. And then man and they will look at the airport ready for that, you understand? They will go call it no as Maudon can at the country, say man. No go pay and can pay for
no, online you pay before you go salon. Not to salon you pay. They pay online before you go there.
Okay, now online. Okay, now yes. That's number because if you na visa video pay to man, I think it's not chapping so. But if not online, it's transparent. Maybe don't go for the good of for the people in a salon. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Sequence, thank you, sir.
I mean, for some of you.
I know, right? You get 3 minutes, sir.
AAA. Make a thank you for for your observation that you make when you really try for advice. Let people we all not get for agree. Let people respect each and everybody's opinion. Then the question we want to ask, what is the note of the annual in terms of the route by the comment section on Facebook?
Most of the time, I block people.
Okay, yeah, please. I really want to make you be hard on that because one or twice, people in the can. Of course, our politics is just too automatic. We all belong now, or we get the political party that we prefer. Just like where other callers have been on to say, if at any other country, believe in me, it's like Wodwan without no grumble. Let me just tell my colleagues in unions, traveling it entails two things. It's time consuming and it consume money back. That here, just like what you say, if person, say you're not financially strong, no go. These are quite believe say, now a way for discourage maybe people then so maybe not really travel if they don't get anything important to do. I don't go feel because at times, people in there can get emergencies. Where financially maybe they're not prepared for go. The one in there, I will feel sorry for them. But no matter what, as long as you travel, just get the mindset say you get to spend money. That money is beaucoup. Yes, is beaucoup. But even though, two people may talk say, when they don't test you, by the place of origin, we know they from there go test you. COVID na sickness we kind of look tricky. Then go test you today, maybe all of a sudden on board the flight, maybe you get infected. So just like what they say, many people don't know that. If you see say, it's too much for you, don't go. Because go salon, not go make you die this December. We hope say, let us at December, this thing will be over. I don't know. So we are not just like abide by the law or not decide not for go. Thank you very much. Madam All
right, thank you very much, Koma. Thank you, sir. I'm much not for talk because the DG don't explain everything to me. Now the rules and regulations where they bind the opening of the airport na salon. Make we all understand that. Yes, as citizens them, as people that we elect salon, now we right for raise questions them. Now we are right for ask questions them. And now the right of authorities back in Sierra Leone for look to waiting with they say, make them go back na table say, we don't think one kind way, but make we do and so. But there's one thing I want to make people pay attention on in Sierra Leone. Salon, when it comes to travel, anybody who they travel in salon, then they can say you get money. Remember when the passport hike price become? They say, oh, what's in $100? Because it be there almost $50, maybe there 100,000, they go 500,000, they go. What's in $100? $100 na nothing to possibly want travel. But how much you they buy tickets? You know, everything we get for do traveling is like not a necessity in the minds of Sierra Leoneans. It's like luxury. I might be wrong. You know, it's how they say so. But now the country will come out. And now how me feel say with the see and salon, that's why they address them. And anything we get for do with people and we come on at the diaspora, we are considered we have money. That's the truth. That's the truth. So the DG don't explain to we say, as long as you are a traveling passenger, you either say, well, ask and say, okay, now salon they give free test. What if I just walk and go take the free test and say no, then they give you free? Because what you do? Because you they travel. If you then a salon, then give you free. But as long as you they travel, they know they give you free. You have to pay for it. Do you see the logic behind this? So from that market man, where we can go, where they hike price, where they look keeping is in a JC, is ready for hike the price. What's different from which we talk so now? Well, you go say the market man, in the hike price because if you say you come on at the diaspora, you go able to get more from you. Well, you go say the government of Sierra Leone not get money, so then they think say where they come, we go able for give money. If you not donate willingly, you go donate one kind of way. That's what we're saying. But if you ask me, if you left to me, I go and make them free. Because now we have to compare, what if this be free for test? How many people go come rather than charging this money? How many people go come when they charge down? But again, with all the regulations that we didn't put for that church and mosque, when you look and paying, it's like a for say, they don't want make the church, you don't know say you know able, look at no open. Then the same thing is, if you can abide with all these rules and regulation, why not go to Sierra Leone? If you feel say it's not correct for you, why go there? Why? Because if not any other, let me say now, you want go Rome, you want go wherever, you want go to the UK, you want go wherever. When you check, before you travel, COVID-19 thing right now, you get for check first. You get for check first. So what's in the regulation during this pandemic? If they say then they charge, then go charge. The only thing now is where most people now they talk. Now say IMF, World Bank, European Union, they all give money. They all give money. They all. Then give money. So, the money, now for help the people in Azalo, not for help you with the travel. Uma Kabade actually say, waiting at the cost, waiting at the price for obtaining a new passport in the US. me, Tripoli, I know they compare the economy in the US to the economy in Sierra Leone. Will they do injustice to Salone? Me know they compare. Now make mostly why they talk here. How many times you go come say me say like way yeah. It go be injustice to Sierra Leone. How much are you working minimum wage job in the United States? Waiting at the pay? And waiting at the minimum wage job in Salone. How much then they pay they? So why do we want to compare? Waiting at the economic stance, waiting at the GDP rate to compare to United States. Because then they peg their prices, go with waiting, then get in the country. By the standard of living of the people where they and then they do them price. So for me to compare and okay, now when it comes to price, we say waiting and they pay in the United States. But when it comes to 24-hour light, well, United States will get 24-hour light. Why will not get 24-hour light in a salon? Eh? When you open the pump, water they run, why will not get in a salon? So that's why it's not good for me could they do that to salon. When it comes to something where go make salon day at a disadvantage point. That's what me think. Because even when they say for peg $100, people complain. Yes, for the average Sierra Leonean, that's a lot of money. If we want for talk to, how much do they pay the person? Waiting at the minimum wage job amount. Now waiting, that's 600,000. That's $60. 9% they work one whole month, $60. So, Mama could come back to the matter. Salon don't get money with them biggie. But they say the money now for Sierra Leoneans them. But now for Sierra Leoneans, the when don't they travel? Because as long as you they travel, even that free one they do in salon, they need one for you. So the mindset where the people then get at the country are the same way authorities then get. We are the DG. How many times you not seen a small money? How many times? And I will say more back now the diaspora they go flash. But you can't stop me. Me don't work for all year way. I barely sleep in a house. You do up and down, the way you go salon. Now vacation. You go for go enjoy. But now the enjoyment just cost you extra. That's if you want go. If you feel say all the amount and what. Hey. How many hotels in Sefode na Lungi? Yanda, we get correct room, we get correct AC. How many? We go pay the $100. Don't to side and you go AC 7 you begin gumble, you begin take phone, you begin record. But if we want to send a message, we have the power to do that. If we want to make them rethink this, we have the power to do that. Not for cost, not for being rude to the next man, no. But we have the power. We have it. So please, they don't talk Leone. It left to you. They don't tell you say power for go by force. No. If you want to go, fine. Adhere to the rules. Because we don't want, if now something when I fault on their own, definitely, you're not so good for that. We go pick them out. But if now something when they don't talk, they say, oh, me not be hairy. Now make when I start just and say, please, share to other Sierra Leoneans, they made a this. Remember when they begin to talk about this, I say me, I not go count the Director General until they pull these regulations. I say I no count until them pull her. And then pull and today, I don't count and today. Make we and the diaspora can really get an understanding. We all want to go to Sierra Leone come December. Some of us even go right now. And the regulation this so. Eh? We don't hear you. Okay. But we want the best for Sierra Leone. We already talk so now. Hey, we get for Kaya back. For can't talk say not to be the right time for opening the airport. USA left na the United States, we not open, we not spike. Although we own, maybe now the numbers begin up according, I don't know. Okay, NACOVAC, that question they get for go for NACOVAC. When airport open, the test they wouldn't conduct in airport. Then go for the Adam for the daily test. Or then go for give separate. Well, if we still call for separate airport numbers, then now until next year, and then go to give that detailed report today. Eh? I know say beaucoup people them don't ready now for say now they go past Guinea. I they go past Guinea. I they go past Liberia. Well, we can choose whichever way. But Lord, just be safe. That will be safe. Anything way you do, try to keep yourself safe. Way they healthy, now go help you. But if we not go, trust me, they will change it. But if we all the go move and I'll give us scramble for go, Solomon they sabi boycott. And even now, we are here. Some man say not to better money. Some man say na boku money. Even people feel say it's a lot of money for something where they are found somewhere. But to one for keep and for boost the economy back where COVID-19 done. We'll go there back tomorrow. And the best we want for we beloved Mama Salon. Eh? We got help we. How? We need to do the right thing. So if I just sit down, fall and say, oh, let God help we. But would feel say, no, we do. We don't count the DG don't explain it. So you don't hear it. Pass the message to the next person. A person no can say just would they go there? Would they go set confusion? Would they go there? I can't go. Go there back tomorrow. Till we meet again. Take police. Tata.